Action. God. I don't like
Just
how you
wanted to
stole
be
my
like you.
stole my action.
Hmm.
Welcome to another episode of
How Did I Get Stuck With You
your number one
podcast.
podcast
Number one.
for interior decoration. Babe, it's a little plain in this motherfucker,
A little.
but I think I think less is more.
They get the idea of what? Of nothing. Exactly. Anywho.
It's another episode of How Did I Get Stuck With You.
Mm-hmm.
Babe,
Still trying to figure out why I'm here, y'all.
I can tell y'all why, but I'll be lying.
Agreed. Agreed. Well.
But babe, before we even start, how's life?
Life beating my ass, babe.
Life beat your ass?
Life is beating my ass. It done put me across its lap and just going to work on me.
Okay, so on a scale from Tim's to Black Forces, how bad is life beating your ass?
Tim Forces.
Tim Forces? The Black Tim Forces?
I'm being Tim Forced.
If you see a nigga with some Black Tim Forces, your ass is grass. He's smoking a black and mild without the tip on it too.
I'm like, one foot is Tim, one foot is Black Air Force, because what is going on?
It's a nigga with mismatched shoes.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be the Black Tim collab. The Black Force Tim collab.
That too. Yes. I'm being Tim Forced.
You being Tim Forced? 50 Cent, put that out. Power Tim Force.
Ooh, child.
That should be better than that Tommy series. I'll tell you that right now.
It's okay. How are you doing, baby?
You know what? I don't know how I'm doing. I think I'm doing good. We just gonna see how shit goes.
Well, the fact that glass is full says a lot.
Half full, half empty. It's full.
Okay.
But no, life is going pretty well. You know, I'm optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since you came into my life, girl, things have changed for the better.
This is when I grab my drink.
That's just the facts, though. That's just the facts, though.
And
kids, yeah, man, kids doing great. I think that plays a big part of my happiness is how happy the kids are, you know. So they do. Everybody's chilling, so I'm chilling.
Yeah,
know?
Same.
They off my line.
I got a little stressed because my baby turns 9 next week.
What? He's turning 9?
I'm panicking, but
are you scared that he's gonna
hard.
get? Are you scared he's gonna get older and not want his mom anymore?
He already don't.
I can tell you right now by having a 16-year-old that is not a thing.
Okay.
It's not even a thing. And
he's just so independent. He's just, really he's finding him. I mean, he's not like teenager, but he's just finding him like his own little element, and I don't like it. It's so scary.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
Well, it's just something about he makes his own cereal and stuff though, right?
Yeah. But and again, I'm still at this stage like with him. I feel like he's at that now why the hell would you do that phase?
Your Honor, I did not know that was a phase.
It's a phase. God damn it. It's a phase. It's a phase. Because it don't make no sense for me.
Expound, please. Oh, him. Why the hell did he do that?
Yes. I feel like at least 6 to 8 times a day I'm saying, now why would you do that? Why the hell would you do that?
That is definitely a phase.
That's a phase, right?
Yes.
It's probably a lifelong phase with kids. I don't know.
It's a lifelong phase.
Because why the hell would you do that?
Because why the hell would you? Verbatim.
For real. I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting here having deja vu. Like, I know I just said this shit this morning, and I did.
You know what's even funnier though? The dumbass faces kids make after you ask them that.
No, for real.
This shit dumb as hell. Like, oh my God, you cannot.
They call Frosted Flakes. I thought they belonged in the freezer. Stay frosted. CPS might as well be on the way right now because I'm through. I'm through.
Take them. Well, it's something. I don't know. I enjoy. I have all of the phases in one space at one time. You done
seen 9 3 times.
Yes, I've seen 9 3 times.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I enjoy the baby phase, the toddler phase a lot. But it's just something about watching kids get older and seeing them like grow into their self and
good. We can do it again.
Your Honor, can you just put her in jail now, please? Because why do you want to do that to me? We're going to have another episode. I think we should have another episode about people with hella kids who don't want more kids, and then some people who do want kids. We got to have something like that. That's crazy. But
it's only right.
Yeah, it's only right. But, you know, I enjoy the watching the kids grow older type of thing. It's scary. And I had a hard time embracing it with my 10-year-old. But now that he is getting older and just watching him, you know, become more, well, damn, he already like a fucking 40-year-old man. Damn near.
He really is. Too wise for his age. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, but just watching him, like remembering him as a baby and like seeing him do new stuff and shit like that is just, I enjoy watching it. Same, I mean, all my kids, pretty much all of them, but
all your kids scare me.
Yeah, it's weird.
For
like
what's to come.
Yeah, for
the
real.
Teenager, the becoming a teenager, the preteen,
teaching the kids how to drive. Oh, my son got a job. My oldest one
sure does.
That's
very proud of him.
That is a very humbling thing because it's like
it's very humbling.
How old are you?
No, I was about to say it's very scary on your behalf because how old
am I? I got a 14-year-old and he about to be there too. It's only about
gonna go buy his own black forces and start beating your ass.
I'll be waiting for. I'm like I'm waiting for that time where I get to teach him how to drive and do all that stuff because his personality is so fucking funny. Yeah. Like the way we like are so similar.
He's literally your twin out of all your kids, and it's not to point him out as a special one, but he literally is your twin. Like facial expressions, how you talk, how you act, your improv game, like everything is just like spot on.
Like
it's
so
scary.
Fast with the roast and the reactions.
No, for real.
And the commentary is
he be catching me off guard. He came in. What did he do yesterday? Came in talking in an accent, and I was like,
"Oh, in the Indian accent, he fired that hoe up too."
He
for
sure did. I thought the TV was on. It was so good. I was like, "Who is he coming in here? What?" Don't do that. I was no.
He's going to jail.
He's going to jail.
What's that shit that they be having where like, you know, where you do something at work and it's like, what's that training that people have to have after they do some racist shit at the job? Cultural training?
Oh yeah. He gonna have to go.
Yeah, he definitely gonna have to do that shit. Because boy,
without a doubt.
Yeah.
He hella funny though.
So let's get to this racy topic. It's not really racy. I'm finna get fired up on this episode too, probably. But we'll see. We're just gonna see where it goes.
Just gonna see where this boat floats.
But I think that a good thing to expound on, to dive into.
I hate when you say expound.
Expound. To dive into would be, what do you think about reputation of your partner considering before and while you are with them?
Okay, well, let's start with before. Your reputation beforehand.
Get off me first. I'm talking about just general.
Okay.
Because give me
I was going to go in.
No, I'm just playing.
No, well, okay, reputation beforehand. To me, it's kind of like someone coming to me and telling me about themselves. Like you say, oh, tell me about yourself. And, you know, you just tell me this, you tell me that. Like, you know, I'm not really a relationship type of person. And, you know, you can start putting pieces together. But, you know, they automatically say I'm not a relationship person. So you instantly, boom, they don't even know how to be in a relationship. Maybe, you know, you never know. Some people may just jump into a relationship and be good at it. I don't know. But then they start saying how, you know, they were doing this. They were just dating girls. They were, you know, out fucking girls and, you know, taking girls home from the club, this and that. And it's like, you're kind of pitching your own reputation. To me, it's like, okay, well, you like how you like to say you was in them streets. Okay, fine. Do your thug thizzle, you know, but to me, that's your reputation. And that's just from that individual themselves. Now, let's start outside looking in. You got your friends, you got your peers, you got people you used to go to school with, college mates, whatever it is, teammates. And they're saying all this crazy stuff about you. Like, yeah, he was a hoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was doing this. He was out there pimping house. You know, all that type of stuff.
He was a 16?
You never know.
Jesus.
But that's what I'm saying. The reputation can come from multiple views. And I feel like if you really want to be serious with someone, you kind of have to blur the outside views a little bit. Because there are haters. There are people who are just going to be like, I don't want this nigga to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And it could be girls hating on him. Just every little thing. So Yeah, I would personally take more so from the individual's aspect of how they view themselves, because to me that's all that matters. So if you come to me and you tell me like, yes, I was in them streets, like that's all I ever want. I just wanted to fuck any girl that I met, really, like that was all that was on my mind. I'll respect you way more to just tell me that, and than to kind of sugarcoat it or make it seem like you were somebody perfect. And no, I don't like the sugarcoating. I would just rather you be straight up and tell me about yourself, tell me what you've been into, and people always say like, oh, when's the last serious relationship you've been in? And they'd be like, years ago. But it wasn't really serious. Like, you in and out of relationships and stuff like that. You just want to do your own thing, and that's something that people have to really accept. And sometimes you're not really ready for a relationship, and that's okay. That is okay.
How does how does reputation mold your intentions with a person?
Well, I mean, first of all, if I know what type of person you were based off of what you're telling me, and I kind of have some time to reflect on it, it might take some time. It's not an overnight thing, because you have to realize what you're getting yourself into. If you're dating somebody, or if you're interested in dating someone who tells you that yes, they've been a hoe, like that's all they was doing is dipping and dabbing to pussy, it's kind of like, do you trust that is over with? Do you trust that they're really going to be able to commit to a solid relationship? And do they still have the mindset of that reputation? Because that's huge. If they still have the mindset of, oh, I can get back in the streets without a problem, that's, to me, it's kind of a red flag. It's more so like, okay, well, I need you. If you're going to be serious with me, I need you to just zap into another mode of, I'm about to be in a committed relationship. I need to change my mindset of being with one person for the rest of my life. That's that. So yes, I do take reputation into play. Mm-hmm. How you carry yourself, how you act, your communication with others, which we'll get into. But I mean, I definitely hold on to reputations for a minute and assess the situation at hand, and then proceed from there.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah, it's hard to proceed with hoes.
Me, myself, personally, when it comes to reputation, I honestly, it depends on what the reputation entails. Like, if you have a reputation of being a hoe or a cheater, me, myself, personally, I don't just take it with a grain of salt, but I just put that into my back pocket when I assess the situation in connection with other things that I see throughout our interactions. Mm-hmm. That kind of let me know whether you're still in that same headspace or if you're not in that headspace. Because we've all had past, we've all had things that we've done. Maybe not everyone's been a hoe, maybe not everyone's been a cheater, but there are certain characteristics besides just those two things that tie into reputation that some people might find favorable or unfavorable. Mm-hmm. So, and as far as like other people, like, the background noise and shit like that, I take that with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. Because I'm the type of person, I got to see it for myself. I got to see that fire burns.
Yeah.
Not fire burns like STDs though, because mm-hmm. I don't want to find that out. Sure. Mm-hmm. But, I got to see for myself. That's the type of person I am with the reputation. I do take the reputation into consideration, but it's more like a factor that's more like an additional factor to what I'm already seeing. So mm-hmm. if I could attribute that to like, oh yeah, well, you said this and then you do this, I kind of see it. Or if you start having certain type of actions that match with the reputation that you said you have or something like that, then that's what I'll take into consideration. But as far as reputation, I'm not really a person that like goes off of reputation. I like to see what you doing in present time.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, with cheating, cheating is cheating, y'all. We got a whole episode to talk about cheating. But if someone were to come to me and like flat out say that they've cheated on somebody or they've cheated on multiple people multiple times, you don't stand a chance with me. And I'm taking that. You pitched it. You told me your story.
I cheated on somebody multiple times, a bunch of times.
Well, I'm no longer stuck with him.
I told you that though.
Clearly, we haven't had certain conversations.
I told you that. I told you that.
Okay.
For sure.
You gonna let me finish?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Finish.
Okay. Because I wasn't even talking about you, remember?
You wasn't. Because who had did that?
Exactly.
Because whoever that nigga was that did that don't stand a chance with my woman. Because she is closest thing to God. Tell you that right now.
Saved and sanctified, baby.
Oh, God.
But no, I mean, a lot of people will think that, like, you know, you come to them and you say, yeah, I've cheated in the past. That's not who I am anymore. It's kind of like, well, how do I know? And you gonna have that question in the back of your head for I don't know how long. It may be a week, it may be 3 months, but it's kind of like you have to distinguish whether or not you want to have that in the back of your head haunting you. Like, this man cheated before. What makes me any different? You know, is there anything that I'm gonna do that's gonna trigger him to go back to cheating or whatever it is? Like, I don't want to put myself through that because that's not living safe. You know, I mean, you're living in an unsafe environment, in an unsafe mindset, and it can really cause harm to just you, health wise and relationship wise. You become stuck in a situation where you don't want to be in, and it's almost like a form of abuse, like self-abuse, if you will. I don't know, but I mean, same thing when it comes to physical abuse. I mean, hitting people. Like, if you come to me and you say you didn't put your hands on a female, well, you ain't gonna put your hands on this female. I mean, am I going too far? But it's the truth, right?
That's not going too far.
Because people have reputations of being women beaters.
That's true. And there's a lot of people who they say if you do it once, you'll keep on doing it.
Exactly. If you do it once, you'll do it again.
So,
and that haunts everybody. I'm pretty sure. Like, that's like.
Are there niggas out there who are transparent about domestic violence? Like, man, I beat that bitch up one time, bro. Like, she came in and dinner was cold.
I'll beat the brakes off that bitch.
Man, let me tell you
this is not funny.
It's not funny. I was about to make a joke.
Yeah, no, we gotta.
Like, I'm still gonna say it. I'm like, man, I came home. My dinner was cold, man. I went in that closet, got my Force Tims out. My black Force Tims out and went to work.
Okay.
Domestic violence is not funny.
It is not. We do not condone violence.
If you are a victim of domestic
abuse.
violence, call the police. Do not stay. People die.
We'll put the hotline under. You know, we'll put
I don't know the number.
For you. We're gonna find
1-800.
It's important. Anytime you talk about abuse or anything of that nature, it's important to put phone numbers, resources up. But yes, same concept. It's the same when someone says they used to smoke cigarettes. Nigga, how I know you ain't gonna be stressed out and pick up a cigarette or a Black and Mild?
I might smoke it.
I felt something go through the room real quick. Did you feel that?
Was it the ghost of Black and Mild?
Yes.
Because I used to fire them hoes up. Oh God, I might fire me a little Black and Mild up from time to time.
See, that type of stuff. I mean, you really have to figure out what you're going to stand for. What's okay. I mean, to me, if my partner says he used to smoke Black and Milds, and then, you know, we meet, he's not smoking them, but then 4 or 5 months later he picks one up, I'm not gonna be like, well, you told me you ain't do that no more. What's going on? Are you stressed? I'm more concerned about why you doing it. Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
You know, because it's a form of relapse. You know what I mean? So it's like, are you okay? Let me check in on you first. Are you okay?
Somebody stole my Black Tim Forces out the
closet.
See?
Exactly. That's a major reason to start smoking. No, I'm just But no, I mean, like I said, you have to figure out what angle, what approach you want to use with certain reputations. The Black and Mild is not a deal breaker for me. Cheating is a deal breaker for me. So I feel like you have to be, you know, headstrong in order to identify what you're going to put up with, and really acknowledging what flaws come with that type of reputation. You know, the consequences, it's so much.
I got something that's so far off subject, but it still falls right in line with reputation because it's still the same word that I'm going to use.
Oh God.
What do you feel about niggas? Are you dating, right? Let's just say, how do you feel about niggas who live off their old reputation and have not accomplished anything great since?
They live off their old reputation.
Like, man, I used to have me some bitches back in the day. I was the #1 football player on the team, basketball player on the team. I remember I had that little Camaro in 1999. That motherfucker had all the windows and the beat in it. And they continue to live on in that same mindset, but them niggas ain't never accomplished anything past that.
Right. Because now, I mean, it's a lot that can play into that. It's a lot that can play into that because what were you doing back then that made you so, you know, was you fine as hell back then? Was it your car that attracted the girls? Because now, girl, I mean, Don't be triggered, babe. I mean, no,
trigger.
I'm not gonna say I care about what a man drives. I don't.
You're not triggered. I am so triggered right now. I am so triggered.
Look, I'm more so like, okay, are you driving? Do you have a car? Are you mobile? Okay, cool. Done deal. How functioning is your car? Do you keep up with the maintenance?
Again.
You know.
Also triggered again.
I know. But that's, I mean, that's beside the point. But,
what was the point of bringing that up?
Sorry.
I feel like you had something to get off your chest.
No, because it's kind of like you're doing all that at what age? How young are you? Are you able to maintain it? And stuff like that, or is it just the image that you're trying to portray? You're not really diving into what goes into a nice car and stuff like that. You're just doing it to purpose, just to solely get females. Versus when you older, you realize, oh shit, I gotta take care of this, I gotta take care of that, and the bitches start losing sight of you because you just a bum ass nigga. Like you can't even do for yourself.
The cold part about it too is the older you get.
And more so in reference to like staying with your parents. Like if you're still living with your parents and you sitting here stunting and shit, flexing on bitches and I got this, baby, I can take you out.
Oh, I got rims on my car.
And now we over here riding on fucking bird scooters in downtown.
Hey, that shit is a vibe.
You ain't want to go on no bird scooter with me. So what you talking about? You downplay my dates all the time.
I am not.
Wow.
I wanted to get on the scooter. I wanted to know if we was gonna get on the same scooter.
No.
In unison.
No.
Because that's what I want to do. And if we can't do that, then I don't want to do it.
You can. I think you can really get fined for that, though. I think you can get a ticket. I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure you do. It's safety.
I always see people doing that. It'd be two people on a scooter.
No.
I want to do it with Titanic, and I want you to put your arms out and be like, Jack, I'm flying. Like on Titanic.
That's an absolute no. Not doing that.
You're a hater.
You don't even know how to drive, let alone ride a scooter.
Anyways.
Bro. No, thank you.
But you know what, too? About that old reputation thing is a lot of times people have that shit as a kid or younger, and then the older you get, the more the opposite sex requires, and you're not meeting those requirements because you're still stuck on the old requirements.
Yeah, it's an image.
You got to update your software.
It's an image, it's a persona, and as you get older, you realize how much more important it is to like someone's personality versus materialistic things. And, that's all over the world now. I mean, people, I'm not looking to see what kind of car you drive. Is your car better than mine? Or, how many shoes you got? Oh, you got all the new J's and all this stuff. That's the least of my worries. But I also don't want someone who shops at...
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Shoesniggasdon'twear.com.
What? Look, she a hater because... My kick game is ridiculous.
It's not. I will grab 3 shoes right now. People gonna be like, "What?"
Every time she try to blast me on social media and she shows somebody the shoes, they be like, "Oh yeah, that's the wooty woops." And she was like, "How the fuck do y'all know?"
The cream crapalapas.
Yeah, and I'm like, just because you don't know what they is,
I don't care.
I get colorful shit.
I
don't get the regular Jordans that come out every fucking 2 weeks. That it's the same Jordan. The niggas stand in line for 7 hours. They all online trying to get raffle tickets. Taking pictures of the Jordans. I don't even really like Jordans like that. I like weird shit that people don't have, that people don't really think about. But when you see them, motherfuckers gonna be like, I see you, my boy. I see you got your thing right there. Okay, I see you, I see you doing your shit. Them the type of shoes I like to get. So
I'm gonna review your shoes one of these days.
Fire them up.
I know.
Review the shoes. We're gonna have a podcast and we're gonna bring in the shoes.
Mm-hmm. You ain't even seen all my shoes.
I've seen all the Skechers that you have.
Don't downplay Skechers because I really
do have
the
Skechers with the wheels on them.
I don't. They're foam. It's foam cushion.
With the wheel on it?
No, there's no wheel. I don't have wheelies. Or heelys.
Them was
Are
fire,
they heelys
though.
or wheelies?
Heelys. Them was from back in the day. Them used to be fire.
No, thank you. But anywho, like I said, the reputations, whatever you said, it like... don't try to come to me living from a past reputation or past image of yourself. In a sense, grow the fuck up. Just grow up. Realize there's more to it than just flexing and
right. Them the niggas that show up to the high school reunion faking the phone.
Because you was wearing Walmart chains back then, and now you over here like, how the fuck I'm gonna get 4,000 for a chain? What the woo? I want a Jesus piece. I'm gonna just wear Jesus piece.
I'm just wearing
Jesus. You don't even believe in Jesus.
Don't even
Well, you gonna leave?
Don't even believe in Jesus. Why do you have that? Because that's not Jesus.
It's not. That's Lord Farquaad.
What the fuck?
You having a Lord Farquaad, baby?
I don't wear no jewelry except for the gold grill and my chain, but that's it. And my watch, but that's an Armani watch.
Oh, I put that earring in the bathroom too. That was over there when we tried to prank you. Just so you don't freak out. I forgot to tell you that.
I lost them earrings anyways. Oh. Okay, so
but anyhow,
we seem to have differing opinions about something that people would like to coin the hoe phase. Mm-hmm. Me, myself, personally, I think that it should be a requirement for you to get your hoe phase out. I feel like it is a need to do thing. Go ahead, get your rocks off, enjoy, explore, and then
get your rocks off.
And then when you're done, settle down. That way you avoid temptation and wanting to go outside of the relationship because you find everything else around you desirable.
That's actually very detrimental. That is not. No. Yes. Because if you're so used to just being able to go and get whatever female and fuck on them and stuff like that, you just know in the back of your head, like, it's out there. Even though you may want to turn over a new leaf and be a faithful person and get into a committed relationship. No. That whole phase, trying to get it out the way, that is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I think that is great to do.
No, it's not.
Once you experience it, it's no longer enjoyable. That's like motherfuckers who think Vegas is like a great ass place, but once you've been to Vegas a few times, you be like, it's just fucking Vegas.
That's fine, but I feel like if me and you were to split, we're not, but if me and you were to split, you would go back to a hoe phase.
I would go back to a hoe phase.
That's what I'm saying. Point proven, because it's not a phase. It's something that you can easily adapt to and go back to. Yeah. If you want it to be that, then let it be that. But realize if you come to somebody and they don't like that reputation that you're carrying, upholding, then yes, it's going to be a problem.
So my thing about me returning to the hoe phase would be this. It has nothing to do with that's what I like and that's what I'm used to. It just happens. It just goes, I don't feel like investing any more time into a long-term relationship.
It's not a phase.
No, it's
not a phase.
Hoe would be life after that. I'm saying
whole phase is not a phase because you can easily get out of multiple relationships and go back to the streets and be in everybody's sheets.
Still a phase. It's a phase.
Okay.
To me, it's a phase. But
what's the phase in between relationships?
No, the phase is whenever you have it. And it could be split up. It doesn't have to all happen at one time. It doesn't have all.
It's giving like I could be a hoe, but I could be a faithful man too.
I could. That's a thing.
Your Honor, he needs to be checked.
I can be a hoe and be a faithful nigga at the same time. I've done both successfully.
That's gross.
Multiple times. I'm just saying, no, not simultaneously being a hoe. No, that's not the same thing. But I'm saying I have the ability to be a hoe and I have the ability to be a faithful person.
That's fine.
But it depends on the.
I don't have the reputation of being a hoe. I don't think I've ever had a hoe phase to where.
Wait, you did or you didn't?
I did not.
No, I didn't.
I did not. I never had a phase where I was just.
Ever.
No, well, sorry, I not take that. I don't think.
Okay.
I know for a fact that I've never had a phase where I was just hopping from dick to dick, and experimenting and just all over the place. I was never like that. Mm-hmm. I don't even think I had like my first one night stand until I was. I'm not putting my age out there. Never mind, but. It was fairly recent. Not recent.
Damn.
But I'm just one of those people
who
before you recent. Nigga.
What?
Anywho.
Cut the cameras off. Cut all the cameras off and beat your ass.
It's something that a lot of people aren't into. Like me, I would even to 10 force me out, y'all. No, but for real, I don't have that. It never was. In my frame of mind to be having, sexual relations with someone who I'm not in an actual relationship with. I'm very reserved when it comes to my health and, my mental health, my emotional being. I'm very guarded when it comes to that. So giving myself to just any and everybody, I don't like that. And a lot of people are able to do that. You can give yourself to, you know, like people like to say like, oh, when you fuck a bunch of people, you break off a little piece of your soul, and everybody, I'll be like, oh, that's scary, you know. And I don't.
That was Hef that said that.
Was it? Okay. Well, yes, I do kind of believe in that.
Oh no, everybody says that.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Soul, you trade soul and energy.
Exactly, and I can't do that with just anybody. That's weird. Mm-hmm. That's very awkward. It can make
create soul ties. That's what it really is. Creating
it's a nasty tie. That's all.
I believe that there's truth in that too.
Well, yeah. So why would you want to do that? Why would you want to put yourself out there and make that weird ass connection with somebody that you don't plan on even spending another date with?
Honestly,
that's crazy.
From my perspective of being on both sides, people, not even just niggas, don't think about that while they're in the moment.
It's horrible. Because y'all, it's just a piece of pussy. Yeah, it's a piece of pussy that can ruin your fucking life.
And I know that
ruin your fucking life. Okay.
And I know that.
And I'm talking about pregnancy. I'm talking about STIs. I'm talking about crazy ass bitches. Everything.
All that shit. Family.
So it's more horrible. To it. And while my thing is, I'm not setting myself up for that. I don't want to deal with it. I would rather commit myself to one person and one person only, and that's just that.
I think
that's why I don't believe in a hoe. I never felt like, oh, let me go ahead and just be a hoe before I really get engaged with this man. No, I can't do that. That's not who I am. Now, can people naturally be hoes? Yes, go for it, baby. And that's why I'm like, I can't. That's me not believing in the hoe phase because I have my own perspective of what being a hoe is, and who can and cannot be a hoe because I can't. I'm one of those people who just cannot be a hoe. You can. So therefore, you can pitch your idea of a whole phase and, say, ain't nothing wrong with it, all this and that. Like, that's fine. That's you.
That's me.
I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the phrase of it. I don't like...
If there was another phrase for it, would you accept it more?
No. Not at all.
Well, I honestly think, especially for men, get that shit out the way. Because a lot of the times within the male community, there's that idea of...
But you saying get it out the way, but then you go back to it. So how you getting it out the way?
I got it out. It take long. Sometimes it take longer for others than it take for other people. But trust me, the whole phase, when you do something and you've experienced something, it's no longer like something that you just gotta do.
So you think a crackhead is supposed to smoke all the crack in the world and get that phase out the way? You ain't never gonna go back to it?
Objection, Your Honor. That has nothing to do with the fuck we talking about. What the hell?
Don't hit smoke all that crack, baby. Just get it out. Crack, get it out your system.
You smoke crack. Smoke crack, get it all out your system. But who aspires to be a crackhead? Nobody aspires to do that shit. I'm talking about in the land of companionship, in the land of, come on now, when we think about shit that's the most addictive.
I fucked you up with that one.
But I feel like in the land of what's most addictive, I don't think that crack equates to sex at all. I think sex is way more.
I mean, yes, they're two different things, but it's the same concept of.
I think if you
can sit here and try to get out your system all you want. That's like someone saying, "Oh, I got to get my partying out the way while I'm in college, so I don't do it later on in life." People do that. So it's the same concept. So my thing is, people say, "Get all your partying out the way in your 20s, so when you're 30, you can be, about your business."
I think it depends on what you want to do, though. Like if you want to have sex, or if you want to party, or you want to be promiscuous, get it out the way.
I get that. I just don't like the phrase of "get it out the way." That get it out the way shit is weird. Like, it's a weird statement to me because how are you going to get it out of your system, get it out the way, and then go back to it at some point? Like, to me, it's like you went back on your own.
Going back to it doesn't mean that you enjoy it, though.
Why would you go back to it?
I think if I went back to the whole phase...
Why are you sitting like that? Like you want to fight me or something?
No, I'm sitting like we're having a conversation.
Oh, okay. Don't talk to me. Don't talk at me.
Talk to you.
Don't talk at me.
See how she be getting... she be getting violent about the whole phase? She do not play that shit. But honestly, I just think that especially men should get that shit out the way. It's a thing in the community of men where you want to conquer. You want to have as much sex as possible. Girls are attractive. You want to fuck them. So once you, at my age, 34, I realized that there is more trouble in sex than it's worth. From my experience, I realized that there's more trouble in sex than it's worth.
You said when you see an attractive girl, you want to fuck.
No, I never said that. Who said that?
I got witnesses. You
I said that on this
said,
podcast?
Yes, you did. You literally
When?
just said if I find a girl attractive, you want to fuck.
No, I never said that. I never said
Run that back, Turbo.
Run that shit back, Turbo, because I never said that.
You just did, but it's okay. Go ahead.
When I see myself personally, when I see an attractive woman, I do not automatically want to fuck. That's rapey. That gives me rape vibes. I don't know.
Okay.
If I see an attractive woman, you're attractive. Good for you. You're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean I want to fuck you. It don't even mean I want to talk to you. Just be beautiful. You beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's it and that's all.
So what did you think about me when you first saw me?
When I first saw you, I knew I was going to get them draws on the first night. Thank you, Your Honor. I'm just joking, babe. When I saw
Don't add babe to the end of that statement. Motherfucker.
No, does me seeing you count? Because I saw you on Tinder.
You saw me on Tinder and then you saw me in person. So when you saw me in person, what did you think?
See, this is the thing about me first seeing you in person, because my intentions of when I first saw you went off the line that you told me was, I'm a goofy ass person, just to let you know. Mm-hmm. So that's all I cared about.
So you just didn't give a fuck about my looks? Oh, no, you cared. You probably cared about my looks.
For sure. But you saying that you was a goofy ass person, that's all I cared about.
That was like icing on the cake.
Yeah, I didn't care about fucking. I didn't care about none of that shit. I cared about, please be goofy. For real. Don't be fake goofy. Please be really goofy.
So it went from, oh, she pretty and she goofy, I'm finna fuck this pretty goofy bitch.
No.
Wow.
That's funny though that you said that.
Together. I'm gonna fuck this pretty goofy bitch.
You know, I'm so reserved when it comes to like the sex part of things.
You are reserved because you had reserved parking way around the block from where we was in. How you reserve the reservation here? Reserve your parking over here.
Hey, you got to see it through, my boy. But look, my thing, I was not on sex right away. Mm-hmm. I wasn't on sex right away.
Okay.
I had surpassed that point where I was like, I'm trying to just fuck bitches, period. Mm-hmm. I was already past that.
So you're actually looking for like interest in me. Like you were already interested from, you were intrigued with our conversation. Let's say that. And then we met and everything was even going, it was going greater. Everything just got better and better as time went on.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say, my intentions wasn't just, I want to fuck her and that's it.
Things got better as time went on.
Things got better.
In the sense of like we were more engaged, like we were becoming more engaged.
You talking about on the first date?
Yes.
Oh yeah, but my intentions on that first date had nothing to do with sex. 0% sex. Now,
I have text messages. No, I'm just kidding.
You ain't got no text messages because I'm for sure. That's the one thing I do not do is text sexual shit to women, especially off the bat, because that's strange.
That's rape vibes.
That's rape vibes too. I'm cool off of that. Yeah, now, if you start talking about it, then I'll be vague about it, but I'm not just about to just go straight into, ooh, I can't wait to just, ooh, yeah, girl. Look at my face.
No. Ooh, yeah. No, I hate when he talks like that. It creeps me the fuck
out. I'm so reserved when it comes to sex. Sex is a thing, bro. It's just like, why are you chasing after sex?
But you do that every time you try to holler at a female in the club and you want to take her home. You have the intentions on fucking her.
But I'm not chasing after sex. You may be shy, but when I'm not just a horny ass nigga chasing after sex.
You're selective, but you know what you want. You see an attractive girl and you like, oh yeah, I'm finna fuck on her tonight, so you go get her. That's not being reserved.
I think so let's expound on this, because there's a big difference between.
No, Your Honor, I reserved the table and the bitches came to me.
That too, but it's so many factors that come to this. It's like, it's niggas who like to get bitches drunk so they can have sex. It's niggas who like to
molest her.
Yeah, it's weird shit like that. Like, I take all that shit into consideration because at the end of the day, I don't want nobody to be like, you know that nigga Rouge? You talking about that weird ass nigga that be woo 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 woo? Mm-hmm. I will never be that nigga. I will never be the nigga who is a weird ass nigga. I'll never be the nigga who like DMs bitches and offers to eat their ass. I'll never be the nigga who's like pushy about sex. I'm never gonna be that nigga because that's not the type of person I am. God. Mm-hmm. I don't know why niggas are so thirsty over pussy. Pussy is great. It's fire. Go get some if you can get some. But you just ain't gotta be the nigga out there panhandling. You ain't gotta be the nigga. You ain't gotta be the Xfinity nigga in the middle of Walmart for some pussy. excuse me, can I hire you for my services? Can I offer you some services? Can I offer you some services?
No.
That the where my hug nigga at? Why? It's not necessary. It's so much pussy out there. So many women out there. You don't have to do that. You don't have to make women feel uncomfortable. You don't have to be a strange nigga to get some draws. You ain't gotta go outside of yourself. It's somebody out there for you that's gonna give you some pussy if that's what you desire.
It is.
So
it is.
My whole phase, I definitely went through a whole phase. I don't think my whole phase ended until I was about 27. My whole phase started when I was 14. But that's a very long time. My whole phase started at 14. That's when I first got some draws. And that was the one time I got some draws, and then I didn't get no draws again. And I was trying. I'm talking about trying hard. I was damn near the where's my hug nigga. Ew. I was trying hard to get some draws. I was trying hard. I was she got a friend, one of them niggas too.
Oh no.
I just didn't have it. The girl who I had lost my virginity to genuinely liked me. And then that's why I think that it's so important. And I always preach this, like, when they say don't have sex until you're ready, there's a meaning behind that, because I wanted to have sex physically, but mentally and emotionally, I was not ready to have sex.
Right.
Because I didn't know what to expect. You know, then you start liking people a certain way. You start looking at sex a different type of way. You start thinking, and then there's the outside influences, which makes you think that you got to just be fucking hella bitches and all this shit. And they not even fucking hella bitches. It was a lot. So I was the nigga who was trying to get some draws for a long time. And I didn't get no draws from 14 to 17, trying hard. And I still couldn't get no draws. So
I wish I would have went back and mine would have been like Brianna and Arnez. From One-on-One.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
I wanted that type of first time. No, I'm just
playing. But the whole phase it's a strange thing, because then you hit your groove, and I hit my groove.
What's a groove? What groove?
A groove is where it's like autopilot. It's like Steph Curry from the three. Like, you just know you can shoot and turn around and you know it's going in. That's the groove I had, and I think I had that groove from about 21 to 26. I had that groove to where it was like it was nothing. And then from 26 to 27, because I had all them damn kids. Oh, was that whatever year I had my fourth kid?
Nigga, your whole phase, you had a kid, you had one on the way and another one on the way.
No, but it was so when I started having two baby mamas and four kids. When I had two baby mamas and four kids, that's when my whole phase slowed down, because I was honest about how many kids I had and how many baby mamas I had. And that deterred a lot of bitches. 3 kids, I was able to smooth that out. How many kids? You got hella kids? I was like, okay, I got 3, but they all by the same woman. And we was in a relationship for this long. So it kind of softens the landing. And then my oldest one was very old.
Well, you can't sit here and tell the people that you was in a relationship for this long, and that was also your whole phase, because that lets everyone know that you was cheating.
They don't know
that you was being.
But now they know.
Hey.
But at the time when when I was talking to the girls, they didn't know that. But I was honest about. I had a girl.
You went through a whole phase, lying phase, cheating phase.
Of course,
all of the above.
Big time. But I also think that, not that I was coerced into having that phase, because I definitely did it on my own, but I was definitely misguided and misdirected at a young age to think that that's what niggas are supposed to do.
And now you're teaching your son to do the same thing.
I ain't teaching him to do the same thing, but I'm telling him definitely, because me and him are very, very different. As far as, like, when I was in high school, I was not popular. I was good at sports, but I wasn't like a sports guru like this nigga is.
Well, don't sit here and push it on him.
I wasn't desirable, but I was
okay.
But my intentions was to get some draws for sure. Now, I tell my son, if that's what you aspire to do, make sure you use protection. Don't have a lot of kids. Don't have no kids until you get your life in order, till you know what you want to do. You don't have to be fucking girls.
You're the greatest example for that.
I'm the greatest example for that. Don't do it. Life will change for you dramatically once you start having kids.
It will.
So I think that I've instilled that into him. But he's been in trouble and I have seen his messages. I know what type of time that nigga on. So it's all I can do is like mold you into going about that the right way. Because I can tell you don't do it, but I've been told don't do shit a lot of times. That just made me want to do it even more.
Okay, well we're gonna go back. I'm gonna pitch something, and I just want you to understand the same concept of what I'm getting at. Right? It's gonna be a left fielder again.
You gonna say crack?
Yeah, because if you see in your text message that your son out here doing drugs, you gonna just well he's gonna do it anyway, so I might as well console him and go ahead and give him a fifth here and there, or whatever.
A fifth of crack. A fifth of crack. You can tell she been in
I don't do
the
drugs.
Suburbs.
But you know what I mean? Like
a crack. This is the name of the episode. A fifth of crack. This is the name of the episode. A fifth of crack. Can we toast to that?
Okay, no. I'm gonna rephrase that. No, timestamp. I don't want that shit to be in there.
No, that's going out there. That's the name of the episode. A fifth of crack.
Guys, I had no intention of saying that, I promise. But you get where I'm coming from. Like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go get him, just give him some crack rocks every now and then. Take him to a drug dealers and shit. That's all you got. Hey, here's a crack rock.
A crack rock.
Here's a fifth of crack.
Not my mama.
No, my mama. But that's the same concept of, you obviously see what your kid is up to. You see what they're doing. I mean, in turn, let's talk about if your son was bullying somebody. You don't want your kid bullying somebody. You're going to be like, he going to talk shit. He going to, say whatever he want. No, you want that shit to end because bullying plays a huge factor in deaths nowadays.
On the bully and the kids.
Exactly. With homicides and suicides. Right. So it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like you're very selective when it comes to what I can push for, what I can help console, what I want to, don't do this, but you can do that.
You're right.
No, in turn, it's all bad. You know what I mean? Because you can't sit here and say, oh, he gonna have, he gonna get him some draws regardless. But don't do this. Don't get pregnant. Don't catch this. Don't use protection. You gonna give him some condoms? Yeah, I mean, they give condoms out in school and stuff like that. So, obviously help. Available. But the main thing that people still preach to this day is abstinence. Like, don't have sex at all until you're ready.
But is that really?
So you like to instill that on him?
Yeah, but is that really? And I feel like the generations before us failed us in that aspect by just saying, don't do this. And that's that. Because we ended up still doing it. Yeah. It was, don't do drugs.
Very rebellious.
Why don't you do drugs? Because don't do it. I can tell you,
not good.
Because drugs are not good.
DARE programs.
You can tell me, and you can tell me all the reasons not to do drugs,
and you still gonna do it.
Yeah, and niggas might do it. I still dabbled with.
And majority of the time, it was peer pressure.
Majority of the time, it was peer pressure, and same thing with sex. But I still feel like
I wasn't pressured into that, honey.
I still feel like sex is a lot more addictive than people doing drugs and all that shit. Because even people on drugs aspire to get some pussy. But there is some niggas on drugs who would rather have drugs than sex, for sure.
Agreed.
I believe that. But I think that is not the majority of people. So, I don't know. As far as like my kids go, as far as like my teenagers go, I'm going to tell them, of course I'm going to tell them, if you cannot have sex, don't have sex. Because you're going to get some sex. And I always preach that.
I just realized we have 5 boys together.
Yeah, 5 boys. So it's going to be a lot of sex talking. I always tell them from personal experience, there's no reason to chase behind girls right now because what really matters is getting your life together. If you aspire to have sex and have bitches, if that's what your goal is, or if that's what you want to do, then focus on yourself first. Get your finances in your house and get your mental space in order first. And then once you do that and you have all that in order, women is going to come. Maybe. But at least you have that in order. No, they're going to come. They're going to come. If you got that in order, they're going to come. They'll come for less.
Yeah, that's true.
But at least, especially when you put yourself in that position, you have the opportunity to not extend yourself so far because you have a lot more to lose, but you could have the possibility to extend yourself only out so much to where you're not just giving everything out and risking putting all your cards on the table at one time.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But I've definitely told my children, focus on yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Sex in high school is trash. It's whack as fuck. You fucking somebody who don't know they self.
But yeah, you're still telling them just go ahead and do it, get it out the way. Again,
yeah.
I'm not gonna ever preach that to your kids. I just want you to know that. I would never preach that to. I would never preach that to any kid.
You don't have to get it out the way at 16.
I'm just saying, regardless. But my thing is, you don't have to be like, instead of saying, don't have sex, don't do this, there's other ways to help prevent it from happening. You know,
which ways do you think that would happen?
Getting them involved in sports and extra activities in life.
You're giving them more pussy.
No, you're not.
Why not?
It's because if
are they playing in high school?
If they're out doing a sport
in high school,
yes.
Do you know how much pussy is on the table for high school?
I get that, but if you're busy, if you're everywhere that they are, if you know exactly where they're at, when are they going to have time to get pussy?
So I have to go to all their games?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they're busy. They're doing something. They're not just at home sending dick pics and pussy pics to each other. You know what I mean? They're not.
Have you heard of Will Chamberlain before?
No, I don't know what that is.
Well, Will Chamberlain is a fucking Lakers legend on the court and off the court.
Okay.
Now, on the court, Will Chamberlain scored so many points. I think he has a record. If he scored 100 points in one game.
Hurry up.
Off the court,
mm-hmm.
Will Chamberlain has sex with more than 1,000 bitches.
Okay.
That he says. That's what he says.
Okay. I'm not talking about no grown ass man.
But you understanding that?
I get it. Trust me, it's always going to be there. He was a basketball
star.
Yes, I get that.
So he had practices, games, pussy. You gonna make some time for some pussy.
You can, and you might. That's what you just fucking might. But I'm not saying it's a guarantee that it's not going to save them. I'm not saying it's a guarantee at all. Nothing is fucking guaranteed.
Not guaranteed.
But it's a step in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? It's a step to at least try. Like, oh, my dad don't want me, doing this or something. They probably don't even notice it. They just think, oh, I'm doing something extra while I'm not, being at the house bored or something like. That's just that.
They definitely gonna notice.
But I'm saying it's still better. I would rather take you to football practice than to take you to a girl's birthday at a hotel.
I would never do that.
But do you get what I'm saying? Do you see the difference?
Right,
I'm not taking you anywhere where there can potentially be sex happening or if anything raises a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, thank you. In prime example, like me growing up, I couldn't go to anyone's house. I couldn't go anywhere with anybody unless my mom specifically spoke with the other person's parent. So
that is, let me speak on that.
You speaking to my mother.
If you think that is a deterrent of your kid doing some shit, that is crazy. Because let me tell you something. My mom used to do the same thing. She used to, I want to talk to the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Here go the parent right here. They'll talk to the parent or whatever. And we still end up doing whatever the fuck we want to do.
But it obviously,
than I would have in my own house.
As a parent, you establish like where your child is going to be, and yes, kids are going to lie. I lied about my whereabouts growing up. It's going to happen. Like I said, nothing's ever guaranteed.
So if kids are sneaky and kids are going to end up trying to do whatever they aspire to do, whether it be drugs or woo-doo, because I can tell a kid who wants to smoke. Like if I got a kid who aspires to smoke weed, and I can tell you. Don't smoke weed. I can tell you all the reasons why not to smoke weed. Don't smoke weed because it might lower your inhibitions. It might be a gateway to other drugs. A whole bunch of shit, right? So for me, that was true. It did lower my inhibitions. All I wanted to do was smoke weed. And it led me to want to try other shit. So, I can tell you that. But if that does not deter you, what else can I tell you that might deter you? Or that might not deter you, but might save you? What can I say? Hey, it's niggas out here who will lace your weed and have you strung out, and you could lose your life will change as you know it. So if you gonna smoke weed, if this is what you aspire to do, if I cannot deter you, do not smoke something that somebody else rolled up. Have your own weed. Mm-hmm. Roll up your own weed.
Right.
Watch your blunt.
Right.
And make sure that you don't smoke nothing that belongs to nobody else, because there are people. I've seen people who have been laced before, and you'll be out here in the world tripping. Don't do that.
Tripping.
That's
all it takes is, oh, bro, I got one rolled up already.
Yeah.
I'm finna use the bathroom and fire that shit up. Huh? No, nigga, you take the first hit.
Oh, God. Why is shit sparkling like that? Is this a firework?
Why is the smoke purple? No, I'm just playing.
Yeah,
But no, there are definitely I mean, and it's really hard to say too because it's like
one of my biggest. That's a bigger fear for me.
What?
My kids getting laced.
Oh,
that's a bigger fear for me than
all of it's a fear. Getting laced, getting strung out on drugs, having a kid at a young age, having
a kid at a young age is not really a fear for me.
I mean,
I feel like that's something that is something.
But the troubles that come behind it.
I know the troubles that come behind it, but I feel like it's manageable. A kid getting laced is manageable too, but I feel like it would hurt watching a kid who I knew how they were. It's like watching a kid and they're not the same person no more. It's like watching a funeral, a long ass funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, a kid getting laced would be one of the things that I would be heartbroken about that I'm really trying to deter. And then the second thing would be one of my kids going to jail, especially for rape or something of sexual manner.
How do we get on the topic of the kids in this?
We gonna cook though. Let us cook. We cooking.
No, I don't want to cook this anymore.
The
shit is burnt.
Those are two things that I would definitely. That's what I'm more cautious about is those two things right there.
I mean, that's fine. I think we were talking about the whole phase and getting it out your system, mm-hmm. which I firmly disagree on that.
So what if your son just wants some draws and he is determined to get some draws? Like he got girls in his phone. Your son is a handsome young man. You keep getting them haircuts, them bitches gonna come. And I tell you that right now.
Gonna die.
Them bitches go, but you can't kick all the little.
I'm gonna Tim Force some bitches.
You can't kick all the little bitches. You gonna Tim Force some hoes? You can't Tim Force all them little hoes. You can't. And you cannot tell me that he is not capable of hiding some bitches from you.
No.
And you got to think.
That's fine. But my thing is,
I will always.
Yes, he is.
So it makes it even harder.
Yes, he is. And I will do everything in my will as a mother to protect him. And when I say that, I will be open with communication.
How far will you go?
What do you mean? I want him to be able to come to me and talk to me. If something is going on with him, medical wise, I want him to feel comfortable. And that's not me in my career. But I want him to be comfortable, talking to me if he has questions, concerns about sexual activities, whatever it is. I always want, and that's with any kid involved with me, like your kids, my nieces, my nephew, anybody, I want them to be comfortable to come to me.
What if he got some draws and that's all he want to do? He want to go to school, he got good grades, but he gonna get him some pussy.
I can't control every move that my kid is going to make. I can't control any move, really. But my thing is, be safe about it. You know what I mean? I'm always going to tell you, just be safe. Wisdom, be wise. All I'm saying is be smart about your decisions. Know the pros and the cons about everything. But I would never say, go get it out of your system. I would never tell you. I would never tell you to, oh yeah, son, go over her house and go ahead and just get in and, go back and do your homework. No, nigga, I'm going to tell you to do your homework first. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to be pushed. I'm never going to push. No, I'm never going to push the topic of go out there and get some sex. I would never do that as a parent.
I'm not pushing the topic of going to go get some sex. I just want to.
But if you're saying go ahead and get it out your system, you're pushing the topic. You're pushing the issue.
If I see that that's what you're doing, and I've told you already the pros and the cons, mostly the cons, all the cons basically. Mm-hmm. You have seen me live out the cons of pussy.
That's it. Let that be it. You don't have to push. You don't have to tell him get it out your system. Because you telling him to get it out his system means, oh shit, my dad's cool with me fucking any of you bitches.
No, I have not told him.
No, but how you know his perspective of what you're saying?
I haven't said.
You don't know how he's grabbing. You don't know how he's getting what your message, how he's interpreted. You don't know.
I don't know what the message would be because I've never.
The message could be, oh, my dad fucked hella bitches. He said it's cool. Let me go ahead and get it out of my system. Said it was cool. When does it? He probably questioned, well, when is it gonna get out of my system? Because my dad's still fucking all these bitches.
I ain't fucking no bitches.
But I'm saying this is a child's perspective that we talking about.
Oh, well,
realize what we talking about, honey.
That's the thing. Yes, for sure. I can definitely say.
So that's what I'm saying. You cannot sit here and say things based off of how you interpret it.
No, but I've definitely been transparent about my past. I think that would be failing my kids if I wasn't transparent about my past.
That's fine. But I'm saying it's pushy when you're sitting here telling them to get it out of their system.
No, I've never told him to get it out of his system. I'm telling you.
You did.
No, I've never told my son.
You told him, I'll just get it out your system. Like, go for it. Pussy is pussy. You said once you get it once, you gonna want it again. So
I've never said that to my child. That's wild as fuck to say.
You did. Especially that night. You were sitting in that car until 2 a.m. somewhere lost in Sacramento.
No, that was me talking to y'all. That's not me talking to my child.
Never again.
I have definitely told my child that all pussy is the same.
Okay.
I was like, you might not get it now, but you will get it eventually. That it is all the same.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn that it's all the same too. Mm-hmm. And if I would have learned that earlier, then it would have changed a lot of things in my life. I'm 100% transparent on the cons of draws. Mm-hmm. It's a whole lot of cons. It's way more cons than it is positives. Mm-hmm. I've definitely expounded on the cons.
Saying that. Expounded.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I've definitely expounded on that. I feel like I'm going to tell you the bad parts of shit because you need to know the bad parts of it. Okay. You know the good parts. If you got just pussy, you know the good part. Mm-hmm. But I've never just been like, man, go ahead, fuck a bunch of bitches and do your thing. But I know I've seen the messages. I've seen the type of time that my child is on.
That's fine.
I know what type of time he on. It's fine. Not easy to. I don't think it's possible to reverse that.
It's not, but you're just like, you're making it seem like
the more that you try to deter them from doing it, once they've already got into that space and they got their head into it, I can see if that's like all he wanted to do, like he ain't want to go to school, he ain't want to do nothing else, then yeah, that's one thing. Then I'm gonna be like, no, nigga, finish school, do your shit, go to college. But I'm focused on like, I'm gonna push you to get a job. You got a job now. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna push you to do other shit too. That yes, like you were talking about, that can distract you and deter you from doing those type of things.
Yes.
But I also am pushing that same narrative that I had before, which was get your own shit in order first. And once you do that, if you aspire to have women, you're gonna have an abundance of women, but focus on yourself first, and then you can choose. Instead of, you might be able to choose now, but you'll have possibly, if you're smart enough, a higher quality of women. Possible.
Just don't think dating and sex life should be a conversation with a minor. That's all.
Dating and sex life should definitely be a conversation for young teenage boys.
No, it don't have to be. It don't have to be. It don't have to be like the main thing that's running their life is what I'm saying.
No,
like,
it's not running their life, but I feel like that conversation is either going to happen between a responsible person or an irresponsible, uneducated person.
All I'm going to say is protect your child. That's it. That's all. I'm not sitting here elaborating anymore on a whole phase when it comes to a child. I'm not going to elaborate on that because I would never
have a whole phase of a child.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, regardless, the whole phase, the whole get it out the system, that shit's bullshit to me. I'm not here for it. I would never push the issue on anybody, or even with my own friends. Like, I see that them, they've had like whole tendencies, like they out, just fucking doing whatever in between relationships. Then yeah,
your enemies.
Hey, they do what you want to do, but am I gonna consider what they're doing a whole phase? No, I'm not gonna say that.
Why?
They can do what they want to do. If they fresh out of a relationship and they want to go hop on, if we want to go to LA and they want to do a one night stand with a dude, I'm not gonna call her hoe. I'm not saying she's in a whole phase right now, like she just got out of a relationship, No, that's crazy as fuck. She's just doing what she wants to do. That's what I'm saying. I can't identify a whole phase. I mean, if you...
Sounds pretty hoe to me.
It's not a whole phase. It's not a whole phase.
I'll say don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of it.
It doesn't make you a hoe, though.
If you out there fucking niggas on the first night or fucking bitches on the first night, that's hoe shit. Sex is sex. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Having sex on the first
night is not a hoe. That's not being a hoe.
Breaking up and going to fuck.
Because what if you don't do it every time? What if it's just... Anywho, I'm not going on to that.
The niggas that you want to do it with.
The niggas that you want to do it with, that's fine. But that's not a whole phase. That's not a whole phase.
But how many niggas was it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You never know. People have their own. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard.
So, personal question.
Oh God, I hate personal questions.
I was pretty transparent about having a whole phase and having a crazy reputation before we started talking.
Yes.
How did that make you feel? I have multiple questions that are going to follow this up.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
When you first told me that you were, wait, say it again, a hoe? Or you
when I told you about my whole phase, the type of person that people know me as.
So, my thing is, when you came to me and told me about your whole phase, I completely erased the word phase. Mm-hmm. Right? So you're just a hoe. Damn. Exactly. Because I don't know when your phase was. I don't know how long it lasted. How many phases did you have? I don't know that. So in my eyes, you were a hoe. Mm-hmm. Bottom line.
That's fair.
Okay. Fair. So next. Or you want me to tell you how I felt about it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like it. Mm-hmm. I was it was giving me red flags, major red flags. And it also tied into everything else that I was going through with you, like all the shit that I obviously you got a bunch of kids, you got 2 baby mamas, like, and now I'm running at you a hoe. I'm like, oh my God, is this really what I want to do? I am scared. Mm-hmm. I was terrified. Mm-hmm. Cause I'm terrified because shit, it's the 5th of crack.
It's the 5th of crack.
I'm just kidding.
Not the
5th. No, but I was definitely terrified. I didn't know how to feel. I had very mixed emotions. Like I said, we hit it off very great, and I liked where things were going with us. So for me to have to really sit in my bed and think, like, do I want to invest my time in someone that can potentially cheat on me, or me and him may not have the right mindset or the mutual mindset of I'm in this to develop a relationship, mm-hmm. versus he just looking to put me on the list. You know what I'm saying? The list of bitches he done fucked. I don't know. So I was very on edge about it. And it honestly did take me a while to really come to grips with what I was dealing with.
How long?
I'm honestly going to say like at least 3 months.
Okay.
It took me some time to really figure out who you were as a person, to figure out, were you really only about me? And that's just how you carry yourself, how you act, how you treated me. You know what I mean? And are you treating me as if I'm just a random person, like you just want to fuck on? Like you just keep me around as like some house pussy or something. Like I can always run back to her, but I'm still going to be in these streets type. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to really weigh what the hell was going on. And it definitely took me at least 3 months to solidify what I wanted to do going forward. AKA, do I want to keep going forward?
I'm not sure if you already answered this question, but what made you comfortable in continuing talking to me after learning that that's the type of person that I was?
I didn't get any suspicions. I wasn't necessarily looking for, all this stuff that you would be doing, like anticipating, because I would never want to anticipate somebody cheating on me. Or like, not like that, but I don't want to just go expecting you because you were a hoe in the past. I'm not expecting you. I don't want to expect for you to do that to me. Why? Because that's not what I'm here for. You know what I mean? I'm here for an actual relationship.
For a good time, not a long time?
No, a long time, not a good time.
Okay. You don't want it to be a good time?
And a good time. But
a long time and a good time.
Yes. Okay. Can I have both? Can I have both? Is that too much to ask? Clearly it is.
We'll see, Your Honor. What you doing over there?
Sorry, I spilled my lemonade. He's gonna kill me. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. With you, I wasn't suspicious of anything. Our communication was there. We talk all the time. So my thing is, I'm not saying that you have to, like, we don't talk. We still talk all the time, but your communication was there. I wasn't iffy about where you were or who you were hanging with like that. It was not, I don't know. There was nothing that just made me feel like, this man's not going to hurt me. Like, I just felt comfortable. I came to a moment where I was just like, you know what? I just got to go for it. If something does happen, if you do something to me, and I'll let you know from the jump, like, I don't do second chances. I don't do the lying, the cheating. And if something were to happen, we're done for. And I made it very clear. And it wasn't to give him an ultimatum or, make him feel like I got to treat this girl right. But
I always say that. Yeah. I always say when I make my decisions, when we talk about like our decisions, like, the serious shit that we talk about, mm-hmm. I always let you know, like, my first mindset be like, I ain't fucking this relationship up.
Right.
This is what we doing.
Yeah.
And that's my mindset when I step into what I'm about to do. My decision making is what, it comes into that. So yeah. My first thought is, I'm not fucking this up. This is what we doing. Yeah. I want my girl. So yeah.
And we literally sat there in my kitchen and we figured out what we were doing.
That was on the third day.
It was very premature, but at the same time, it still felt good to establish something, as early as it was. and just continuing on, even though you're not affectionate, but just to still know that, okay, your decision was me, right? You chose me, I chose you. So therefore, I'm trusting that you're going to continue to choose me.
That's true.
And that's something I had to come to grips with and, be mature about, because I can't sit here and go forth like, I'm just going to hope for the best and, trust that he's not going to cheat on me or lie to me. Because I feel like that's putting more of a damper on things versus just going with it. I trust you. I don't, I don't have any suspicions of you. I don't think just because you were a hoe in the past that you have to be a hoe with me, or you're doing stuff behind my back. I don't have those concerns at all. And trust me, it can take some time to develop that.
That's true. You know what I think
to develop that trust with yourself, not just with the person, but with yourself, that you're trusting yourself to be able to, cross that bridge if it does come down to it. Right. If we ever did have that situation where you lied to me or you cheated on me, and it's just like, well, we already talked about this. There's nothing to talk about. I told you if you cheated on me, there is no more of us
coming back. Boy.
There's none. There's not even an explanation as to why you did it.
And that's why I said get that whole phase out your system, because I don't aspire to cheat. I've done all that shit already. I've achieved all the goals that can make me the old nigga that can have them conversations with all the little niggas sit around the campfire, and I talk to them and be like, man, I remember back 2001. It was a crazy day, boy. Let me tell you something about, man. I was a rap star back in the day. I had me a little show. It was a nice little show. And we had to sell tickets.
You sound like you were smoking fifths of crack.
I was smoking fifths of crack. Maybe.
I can't.
But no, I feel like I've achieved, I don't even want to say achieve, because I don't want to make them sound like achievements or that's something that you have to aspire to do. But in the sense of, this is some shit that people rush to want to know about and shit like that. I've done it. So when the little niggas come around me and they want to know, like, Uncle Rouge or whatever, we'll do whoever the fuck I am at that age, and they want to sit down, and the kids want to sit down, and the grandkids getting older and they want to talk to me and shit like that. I got them stories to tell you. I can tell you the stories about the baby mama stories. I can tell you about the crazy baby mama stories. I can tell you about the kid stories. I can tell you about the cheating stories, all that shit, and be transparent about it. And I've done it already. I don't aspire to do any more than that. My aspirations now is to be in a serious relationship, to get married, to have that white picket fence, to do the business shit together, all that shit. That's what I want to do.
We will not have a white picket fence.
I don't like that shit either, babe.
It's going to be pink.
I don't want to have a fence in the front yard at all. I like a lot of cement because I don't like grass and keeping up with plants.
I don't like cement because I'm clumsy and.
Did we just break up just now?
A little bit.
Damn. That's hella funny. No, but my aspirations are different. Like, I want to be the household that they come to, that all the people come to for the fucking family event.
Yep, we done broke up again, Lord.
You don't want to have you don't want to have your son and his girl come over.
What?
When they adults? We don't go to my mom's house for Christmas.
I want to think that far ahead right now.
It's a pot. It's
No, I get what you're saying. Yes, I do agree. I
want that.
Okay, yes, I do want that.
Don't you want to put pictures of you?
Can we take turns at the other people's houses?
We can definitely do. Oh, yeah, for sure. We definitely going to do.
Okay,
cool. Are we back together?
Yes.
Because we for sure doing that. But I'm talking about when we do our shit, niggas know when I put them sandals on, we in the backyard barbecuing some jackfruit because I'm not barbecuing meat.
He had to add that. But yes, I can barbecue some meats.
You can barbecue some meats? You want to put the...
I will be out there in Crocs.
And I would never let you go.
I think you had too many never. You put too many nevers in there.
No, it's a debate about this. Never let you go.
Oh, wait. No, because you were singing with me. Let me sing it by myself.
I know my shit.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I know. We gonna have an old school debate on this motherfucker one time. That's my shit.
We're gonna have to. That's my shit.
You don't know old school like that.
I do know old school.
Baby, you don't.
Just because you're older than me don't mean I don't know old school.
You don't know old school like that.
My parents are old.
They're old, but you don't know old school music. I'll be playing shit and you be like, what's this?
I do not say what's this.
I will say that you have got me on the 2005 plus music. I don't know that.
Okay, shit. My thing is when it comes to old school music, I don't have to know a song word for word for me to know old school.
You fucking do.
Because there's been times where I just hear songs playing over and over because my mom plays when we cooking or cleaning.
Can we sing
whatever it is, and I just be like, ugh.
Can we sing?
But then there's also songs that are instilled with you, like for life, like they're just there, like always and forever. That song is that song.
That is not one.
Okay, let me tell you though, because that's my song. My mom used to sing to me and my brother to go to sleep, and my brother actually played it at his wedding, and that was like their first hit. So it was so cute.
I don't care.
But
what's another song? Give me another one. Just give me 3 more. Give me 4 more.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire was one of my mom's favorite.
Don't say a group. Say the song.
September.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just naming stuff. I don't know.
September is fire too, but I just want to say that those are very
Cool in the Gang. Songs. Midas Touch.
Get the fuck out of here. You all playing, that's all the mainstream shit. That's the shit they play on the radio.
But you're asking me to name a bunch of songs. I can't just put out a whole album and be like, oh yeah, this and that.
I can.
Well, that's you. But that's what I'm saying. I don't have to know every song. I can name some artists. I can name songs here and there.
So you know the mainstream songs. But
what's not a mainstream song to you?
You're not deep in them trenches like that.
What's not a mainstream? You name a song.
Let's go. Oh, I see. I don't know what mainstream was back in the day, but I can name you a deep in them trenches song. Mm-hmm. You want me to do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Hanging on a String by Loose Ends.
Okay. I know. I've heard of Loose Ends. Do I know the song? No.
Everybody wanted. Niggas did not know about Loose Ends until motherfucking BMF when they had that song. I can't stand the rain. You can't stand the rain. Mm-hmm. That's Loose Ends.
Yes.
Okay.
I never even heard that song from BMF. I had never heard that. That's me being honest. I don't have to. No, I know. I know the song. I know the episode. Yes, okay. I know the song.
You never heard the song before
I never heard the song before that. No, I never knew it.
That's what I'm saying. You're not in them old school.
But am I saying maybe I have heard it when I was growing up and I just didn't gravitate towards it because what the hell, that wasn't what I liked.
So I know. Yeah.
That's not what I like, nigga. I'm singing Spice Girls, Destiny's Child, like that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to like old school just because my parents listening to it. No,
you don't.
And if you like that type of music, if you know what I'm saying, it naturally just came to you, then it naturally comes to you.
That's what I'm listening to at the barbecue.
That's fine. I'm not saying I don't like old school music. I love old school music. Like I said, there's stuff that I can jam to myself.
You like all the mainstream things.
It don't matter what mainstream, low stream, high stream. I be wanting
to put you on the old
downstream. I don't care.
I be wanting to put you on the other stuff. The real old school when you get up in them trenches, the Renee and Angela.
No, okay, look.
Stuff like that. Shit like that. But I do like our differences in music because she liked that Young Money shit. And I can honestly say
Young Money? Like Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne, Tyga, Nicki Minaj.
Y'all, we have I'm talking about when they was a 6-year age gap?
Yeah, 6-year age gap.
We have a 6-year age gap. So think about it. We are I'm not saying our ages.
Like what you like.
But it's like we're technically the same generation, but he's in the upper portion of the generation. I'm in the lower portion.
No, they know our age difference already.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do from that other podcast that we put out with my brother.
Damn it. Anywho.
Literally. If niggas know math, maybe they don't.
Well, regardless, like I said, you may gravitate more towards the old school music while I'm more so, 90s and 2000s. That's me. That's what I do.
No, see,
that's what I do. That's what I do.
My music interest, I'm talking about when I was like deep off in the music trenches, cut off at about after the hyphy movement, whenever that ended, which was like 2007, I think maybe 2007. Okay. That's when it ended. That's when I got out of the music where I was just like, I like what I like type of shit.
Oh, okay. So, I was very R&B-ish. I've always been an R&B person.
For sure.
Of course, I went through the hyphy movement. Though. I went through the twerking music and twerking music, jerking music. Yes.
I don't think you really went through the 90s though. Like,
well, I was a 90s baby, so it's not. So it would be more. It's more reasonable for me to go to start at like 2000s. That's me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. You are when I listened to your playlist or when you played your playlist when I was at your house, it was very, very
early 2000. Yes.
Ish.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. You was killing on that. But when I come through, you was killing on, because I Shazammed a couple of them things.
I Shazammed a few of your songs. They be like, 1994, and I'm like, damn, baby, I'm fresh out the womb.
I was just burned.
I was just burned, baby. Still getting my vision together.
I think,
but that's really what it was, because it's like in reality, I can't be born. I mean, yes, we can.
Meet in the middle with that 1995 through 1999 R&B vibe.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
But I do like some of the older songs, because I think I did space out on music at a certain time. Like I did space out on mainstream music at a certain time. But you came around and you was like, I still like this song by Lil Wayne. And I was like, I stopped listening to Lil Wayne damn near when he was out the house.
Okay, so let's use
degrees,
this.
I wasn't. No, after it was a couple Carters, and then I stopped listening to Lil Wayne, and then I got back into him again, and then I stopped listening to him, and then recently I listened to Lil Wayne. Everything he put out, I want to know.
So I'm just gonna say this artist, and tell me where does he fall? Okay, Cisco.
What do you mean? Where does he?
Where does he fall in years? Is he in 90s? Is he 2000s?
He's 90s for sure.
He's 90s? Okay.
Sure.
So
because I'm gonna tie him into Drew Hill.
Right. So my thing is, I knew Cisco before I knew Drew Hill. So what does that tell you?
That you a young ass nigga.
Yeah.
You knew Cisco before Drew Hill?
Exactly. I did not know Cisco was a part of Drew Hill.
You know what's funny? Somebody I know, who I will not say who they were, they knew Belle Biv DeVoe before New Edition. And I was like, how you know Belle Biv DeVoe, but you don't know New Edition?
I see how that could have came about. But because I was the same way.
They're older than me.
I didn't even know they were the same group.
It's not the same group. I mean, it's a couple of niggas from the group.
Yes, but you know what I mean? Like how it branched off, basically.
Yes.
I did not know that. So I literally have Belle Biv DeVoe on my phone right now.
Right.
New Edition, I didn't know New Edition like that. I didn't gravitate towards New Edition like that. Do I know songs? Yes, honey, I do. But
you must have couldn't stand the rain.
No, look. Like I said, I'm just in that weird space where, yes, I knew Cisco, but did I listen to Drew Hill like that? No.
But do you know Drew Hill? Oh, no, you know what? You don't, because there's a video of me singing the Drew Hill songs, and you ain't know what the fuck I was doing.
Really?
Yes. It was the third day. That's the same day that we had that talk where we talked about all the serious stuff. And I was playing Drew Hill. I got the video. You ain't know the songs. I was like, how you don't know Drew Hill? And I want to say it was We're Not Making Love No More. That's what hurt me the most.
These are the only two songs I have from Drew Hill. This shit is from 1996. How Deep Is Your Love and These Are the Times.
Them is the only two songs you got from Drew Hill?
I think so.
Your Honor, where's the bailiff at? Can he arrest her personally? Because that's wild.
Even Cisco, I only had this one album with a few songs.
Is it Return of the Dragon?
Unleash the Dragon, honey.
Unleash the Dragon, you're right. Unleash the Dragon.
Yes.
What songs you got from Unleash the Dragon? I'm curious to know.
I have Got to Get It.
Got to Get It, that's fire.
How Can I Love You Tonight?
That's fire.
How Can I love That's my song. I like that song. Your Love Is Incredible.
How you don't like cheating, but you hear that, but you like that song?
Anyhow.
Incredible.
Your Love Is Incredible.
Gotta get you, got your Gucci underwear in my back pocket.
Can you stop touching me? It's giving Predator vibes.
I can't get you out of my mind.
Anywho, another one. You gonna let me finish? So Sexual.
That's fire.
You played that before, and I knew.
And you okay?
Yes, and then Thong Song. Obviously, who doesn't know Thong Song?
How you don't got Incomplete on there?
Oh, I know that. Well, maybe it's on a different one. Hold on.
You might have got the single. You might have downloaded the single.
Yeah,
but you don't got.
My life is incomplete. Just to make sure you.
I know that. I know that
song.
album. Back to back.
But I'm saying he falls in a very weird area because there are people my age who probably don't really know Cisco. They never listen to Cisco like that.
You got the Cisco with Maya songs? Or no, that was Drew Hill with Maya. But
yeah.
So you don't got them songs either, huh?
No.
Damn.
Even with Maya is like up in the air with my age group.
You don't got the Maya and
you heard me play Maya before.
Was Silk the Shocker though?
I don't know what song that is.
I don't remember what the song is either, but that's.
But I'm saying it could have been. I probably knew Maya when she was like, a little more advanced in her career.
Yeah.
Versus you might have known her very first album put out. I don't know.
We do fall into a weird era of groups. Because even though how much older?
Nope. Oh,
what generation are your parents in as far as music wise? Like the music they listen to, they enjoy.
I don't know.
Because I'm an '80s baby, but I listen to a couple of songs from the '80s as far as rap music goes. But when it comes to like R&B music and shit like that, I'm all the way in the 60s, 70s, 50s. You heard the weird shit I be listening to. I'm all the way back there. But I listen to the music that my mama and daddy listen to. I listen to the music that my grandpa and them listen to. And
I don't think my parents are as old as you be listening to. I don't think that, because some of the songs you be playing, I'll be like, nigga, my parents didn't even. This is like, this is giving slavery days. I'm just kidding.
I know for a fact, because I didn't play some songs and my mama was like, "That's my granddaddy. He listened to that music. My daddy listened to that music." And let me tell you, my mama is in her 70s, so she was born in the 40s.
Yeah.
So when you think about the songs that her parents played, it was before the 40s. I was slapping shit, or in that time between like the 50s and the 60s. 40s and 50s, honestly. But yeah, I listened to some wild shit. How do you?
You did.
How do you? I don't know. I think that's my love language is music too. That is my love language. I don't think they need to put love language on that menu, because I don't think that's on there.
No, that's not. I mean, no, I don't see how it could fit. But I get what you're saying, because we do. I mean, we can play music and just vibe. Like I said, even if you don't know the song that's playing, or I don't know the song, whatever, we can still, have a jolly good time. Right. But I mean, we definitely do have our differences in music.
Why did you say jolly good time? Can you go to jail for that?
No.
I feel like you should.
We have a jolly great time.
Don't say that no more. It's
we have a jolly good time. But we do. Like, it's something that we both can vibe with. You know what I mean? Like, we could just be sitting here and play music. Like, you literally stole my JBL. No, you don't have my JBL. You have my Sony.
Yeah.
But
that's yours?
Yes, that's mine. Oh, no, he didn't, y'all. It's giving drunk vibes.
All right, so let's get back on topic, because we didn't went off. We didn't went off, but we had a nice little conversation. Let's talk about friends of the opposite sex.
Okay.
How do you feel about friends of the opposite sex? I'll let you go first, and then I'll go after.
No, I want you to go first. You always make me go first.
Okay. For me, myself, personally, I do not agree with the friends of the opposite sex. I wholeheartedly agree that friends of the opposite sex I do believe that it's a possibility to have friends of the opposite sex, but I definitely agree that friends of the opposite sex is definitely some fuck buddy, I wish we could have been together, ooh, I love each other type of shit. I just feel like that's it. When it comes to friends of the opposite sex, I personally feel more comfortable. If you have a new friend of the opposite sex, it's not happening. If we're in a relationship together, and we've been in a relationship, and all of a sudden you have a friend of the opposite sex, goodbye to you. And you can call me insecure. You can call me whatever you want to. I don't give a fuck, honestly, because that's just me looking out for myself, and that's me not trusting people. So I can see if you was like a nigga that you've known since forever, like grade school type shit, and y'all been friends, been neighbors or some shit like that. The mama know and everybody else know him. Although I can honestly say I wouldn't feel comfortable with that, and you could call it insecure or whatever. I have no problem with you saying that, because that's just something that I don't feel comfortable with. That's something I'd be more accepting of. I would still be like, fuck is y'all nigga doing? All that shit. Because ain't gonna be no spending the night.
Oh, whoa.
Ain't gonna be no motherfucking movie dates.
You look like Marlon Wayans right now.
Niggas be telling me that shit all the time. Ain't gonna be no motherfucking movie dates or none of that shit. But I still feel like, and the same thing goes with the whole face type thing too, right? Okay, so let's just say you have a friend of the opposite sex. If I have a friend of the opposite sex that is truly a friend of the opposite sex, I have no intentions of fucking that person. I don't want to do nothing romantically with them. If this is a friendship that I don't want to lose because I value this friendship, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that my partner knows that this is all it is platonic. There's no fucking going on. We're friends. And I'm not going to put myself in situations that would make my partner uncomfortable. And I want to make sure that my friend also respects my relationships. And sometimes shit might change with friendships. there might be times where my friend could come over, we can kick it and watch movies and woo. But now I got a girlfriend and we not doing that shit like that. Or if we do it all together. And that is to make my girl feel comfortable because that's what the fuck I'm trying to do. Then I'm okay with doing some shit like that. Same thing with like if I had a girl with a dude and shit like that. I would feel like, I don't know how I feel about going to.
You said a girl with a dude. What does that mean?
If I got a girl and she got
with a guy friend. Okay.
Yeah. I don't
well,
know.
my thing is, you just said we can have a movie night together. I'm not about to sit here and invite my friend, a male friend, over to have a movie night with us. That's weird.
If we're all friends,
that's fine. But if it's just three people, that's not.
But see, that's your comfortability. If you don't feel comfortable with that, and let's say I feel comfortable with that, I'm your partner. I'm like, go ahead, invite the nigga over. I feel comfortable. You have not shown me that y'all are on some other shit besides friendship. Invite the nigga over. We can do the shit all the time.
Well, my thing is, I would prefer to not have a movie night per se, but like we having a barbecue, I'm inviting them.
Okay, yeah,
that type of shit.
Maybe not
you know
movie
what I mean?
Night,
like
barbecue,
but
whatever.
Yes, exactly.
It could be a movie night where the person comes over to watch a movie and they leave. But it could be something like, let's just say you and your friend and your mom, or you and your friend, or whatever, have a movie night once a month. Or something like that, where y'all meet once a month. Y'all want to keep the friendship close. Like, this is my friend. This person stay close. We have movie night once a month. But you have a nigga now, and you want your dude to feel comfortable. Well, now we can have movie night, but my man's coming too. And I want y'all to meet and be comfortable with each other before this shit happens.
That's fine.
Because I don't want to honestly say that it is not possible to have friends of the opposite sex, because it is. But it's a lot of y'all niggas fucking each other or want to fuck each other, and y'all don't know how to get out the friend zone.
Agreed.
So
I myself don't have any male friends who I kick it with, or even just have like lunch dates with. I don't have any. Do I have male friends? Yes. And I say that in a sense of we grew up together. You know what I mean? So it's not like some of these male friends that I have, I wouldn't invite them to a barbecue.
Why not?
Because if we don't even kick it on the outs like that, then what makes you think, you know what I mean? That's crazy as fuck.
That's true.
But like, for instance, I have a friend. Remember my friend that said hi to me when we were in the mall? Me and him grew up. We've known each other since elementary school.
I don't think it was your friend.
Now, no, but have we grown our separate ways as adults? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? But I know for a fact that when I see him, we say hi. We're still cordial. We're good. Right. I still talk to his mom. His mom still checks in with me. You know what I mean? He has a daughter. She's running track. If I get in the track out here, they might be on the same team. You know what I mean? And it's like, they can, our kids can take pictures together. We took pictures together growing up as track runners. So that type of aspect, yes, we are friends in that manner, that we know where we came from. You know what I mean? We grew up together. So, I mean, I can't pinpoint any male friends that I've ever really been out like.
I think it's really a difference between the opposite sex and the closeness.
Yes,
that's
agreed.
The thing about the closeness.
Because I don't even have any male friends that I can call up and be like, oh, hey.
What about a close friend? Like, okay, so you know who my friend is. I ain't gonna say his name on the podcast. But let's just say instead of that being a dude, it was a girl. Same aspect.
Yes.
We ain't fucking each other, of course, because me and my partner is not. Go upside your head. Anyways, we not doing that. But we talk all the time. Like, we talk to each other on the phone and shit like that. Like, he know my mama. He called my mama and all that shit like that. What if that was
a female?
How would you feel about that?
Well, I mean, we're kind of getting into the other part of like boundaries and stuff like that. But
the friend boundaries part was, I was gonna say, with just friends, period. Whether or not they boyfriend or whether or not they boys are women, because we get into it later. But let's get to this first, and then we'll get to that after.
Yes. I don't see. My thing is, if I'm comfortable with it, like you said, it's about introducing and establishing what is what. You're establishing to them that, hey, this is my girl. We are in a relationship. And you're establishing to me, this is my friend, long-term friend. We have been friends for I don't know how long. I mean, saying, oh, she like family, that doesn't do anything for me. Okay. It does absolutely nothing. But if over time I can see, I'm never going to tell you just cut someone off right off the bat, right? But my thing is, if I start to feel like something is off, I'm going to confront you about it and be like, yo, what is going on? Before I jump the gun. You know what I mean? Because again, you came to me, you already announced that this person was a friend. So if I feel like, so say let me just hypothetically speak, right? You have a female friend and you guys are very, very close. Me and you, we have a very solid relationship. We laid up in the bed 1:00 in the morning. All of a sudden, it's a knock on your door. Your friend, female friend, comes to your house and is like boo-hoo crying, right? Mm-hmm. Something happened. Something horrible must have happened. I don't know. But for me, that's like, it can rub me the wrong way. And I know I'm saying this from my own perspective, how I am. Mm-hmm. Any person that disturbs a happy family in the middle of the fucking night deserves to get their ass beat.
Damn. What if okay, so
you need your ass handed to you.
On the
but let me finish, because I don't know that person. I don't know if this person has anyone else to run to. Mm-hmm. So I can't be too heartless, right? So I have to think, oh, maybe they don't have their parents. Maybe they literally don't have anyone else to run to. Maybe you really were their saving grace.
What if you just really are their friend? And
that's fine, but it has to be a respectful boundary, because my thing is, what if I'm working night shift and you there by yourself and you didn't invite this girl to our home, or not invited her, but she came to the house, you invited her in, you consoling her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, that's not okay.
Question.
And if I'm there, I'm still going to be like, okay, me and you going to have to talk for a minute, figure out the situation, what's going on, how, what the severity of it. And, we're grown enough to, figure that type of stuff out. But like I said, I can't be too heartless. But my thing is, I don't want someone coming to my house in the middle of the night interrupting what we have. I don't want that.
Is that specific on gender, or is that just specific on?
That's specific on anybody. So it could be a male or a female friend on your accord.
So what if one of my friends is with their baby mama? They got into an argument with their baby mama. It got into a situation to where it could have turned physical, but because they didn't want to turn physical, they decided to leave the home. So they needed somewhere to go. They showed up to my house 1:00 in the morning. They came up in there. Would it still be the same situation?
Yes. Because you're grown enough. No, you could have went. No, because you could have went and got a hotel. You could have went to your. If I know the situation.
What if it's a male though?
Listen, I don't care. I don't care, because
like,
why do?
Mama tripping, bro.
Because once you let it happen once, they're gonna think they can do it again. They're gonna think every time they in a crisis, they can come to our home. I never want my home to be an open house.
Not an open house.
Do you know? Listen, because I don't want my house to be. I get that, but I don't want to be a saving grace all the time, because you have to be wise enough. You have to be mature enough to not put yourself in those type of situations to end up like this. You cannot sit here and be like, oh, every time I get kicked out, I know my nigga Rouge gonna have my back. Because what you don't know is if Rouge ain't here, Georgie not letting you in. Right?
That's true. And I get that.
Because then once I don't let you in, what you gonna do? You're gonna go find your other source. And I'm saying you should have went to that other source before you came to me.
I'm expound on that too, because I think that's a good thing. As far as that situation goes, as far as niggas funking with their baby mamas and wanting to find a place to stay, because I don't really play that shit either. I always say, nigga, go fix your family. And then, that's who you decided to have kids with and fuck with. Go fix that. Mm-hmm. Don't come to my house and post on my couch. Because I'm not going to do that to you.
Right.
First of all, I'm not going to put myself in a situation to get put out of some shit.
Exactly. Don't put yourself in a compromisable position.
Okay, so let's get off of that then. Let's just say a nigga got jumped. He was out somewhere. He got beat up. He got jumped. And nigga came to my house. He said, Rouge, I know you know jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and and all this. I know you been going to the gym. So what if they don't even ask me to go fight with them? What if they just say, nigga, I just want to get out of the streets. I ain't got no tents on my car. Well, I still feel because I kind of back myself to a corner, because I feel like don't bring that shit to my house. Okay. Because I got kids.
Exactly. And let me tell you this. We are no one's safe place.
Right.
Besides ourselves. We have our own people to protect. And I was just going to give you an example, because when you're in a hospital and there's a gunshot victim, the whole hospital goes on lockdown. Why? We don't know what the hell is after this person that just came in. We don't know if there's somebody outside waiting to gun him down. No matter what. Anytime someone comes in and it's a physical assault, gunshot wound, anything of that manner.
I guess context doesn't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't. So my thing is, we go on lockdown. So my thing is, I never want your friends or even my friends to feel like they can come here as a safe place. No, there is called a police department. Okay, and it ain't about being no sucker.
What if a nigga mama died and he was like, "Bruh, my mama died. I'm fucked up right now. I don't know. I don't want to be outside in the world because I'm fucked up. I just need to go to somewhere where I know somebody got my back and they're not gonna allow me."
It's called call. It's called a phone call. Call. Let him, like, if one of your friends had something.
You win in this conversation because
I know, because if someone had something, do not show up unannounced. A phone call is a phone call.
What if they just showed up?
No.
What if they were so fucked up? Okay, so
do not show up to my house drunk.
What if they was?
Do not show up discombobulated and just all over the place.
What if they was driving this when they go do something stupid, and they was like, you know what? Let me just go to my nigga Rouge house, and then they come, and that's the conversation that we had.
Before you knock on that door, you need to call.
What if they?
I'd rather you call than to ring the doorbell and wake up my kids and cause a ruckus.
You're right.
I don't want that.
You're right.
It's called consideration because my thing is just because you don't have your own family doesn't mean you have to disrupt someone else's. It's called respect.
I feel like there's a way I can argue the opposite sex conversation, but I'm just not qualified for it. So you win.
I mean, it's nothing to win. I think we both still have the.
I feel like there's a difference between, because I will say for me personally, there's a difference between a male friend and a female friend.
Yes.
When some certain shit happens, I will feel a certain type of way differently depending on the sex of the friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem admitting that.
Mm-hmm.
Call me insecure, call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I feel a certain different type of way when it comes to a different sex of friend. When it's a male friend, I'm going to feel a certain different type of way.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a female friend, I might feel a certain type of way depending on how the friend is. So what if you got a hoe friend?
Look,
I might feel the type of way.
Well, and it also depends on you as a person.
Don't convert my girl to a hoe.
No, because listen, it also depends on how you are in the structure of your friendship. So for me, I may have a male friend, and say for instance, one of my long-term friends, I'm just gonna call him D. I have known him. Like I don't care. It's an abbreviation. No,
don't use that letter. Why? Don't use D as the letter. Maybe that could that be the name? Could that be the name of the podcast?
No. Okay. But I'm just using that so I don't put his name out there because his name starts with a D. But I'm saying, oh my God, question mark. Damn, it's not even a letter. It's a fucking symbol.
Are you questioning this relationship?
No, I'm not. God damn it, I can't fucking win. It's a catch-22, guys. Fuck it, I don't care. His name is D. So me and D have grown up together. We literally went through elementary school together, middle school together, high school together, graduated. You know, everything together.
I don't like D.
I don't care. But me and him have a relationship to where I know if he were to call me right now, he knows that, you know, I'm going to pick up. We can have a conversation. And that's really all it is. Mm-hmm. So my thing is with my friends.
I ain't never heard you have a conversation with D.
We ain't talked. I don't have to talk to my friends every day. It's not all the time. It is not all the time. Okay. But my thing is I establish a relationship with my friends to where they know me. They know how to respect my boundaries as a person. Mm-hmm. Because my thing is if I have never given you the invite to just show up to my house, what makes you think you can do that on your own accord? If I tell you verbally, oh yeah, you can come over whenever you want. That's an open invite, nigga. You can come over anytime you fucking want, right? But if I tell you, oh yeah, just call me, let me know what's up, and you know, we can go from there. That means every time you want to see me or come to my house, you need to call me ahead of time.
That should be like an unwritten rule.
I don't care. It should be. And I don't care if you sitting right outside my house. If you sit in my parking stall, call me.
Don't pop up at my shit,
do not ring my doorbell, like I said, because it's disrespectful. It is. Especially if there's other people in the household. Like I said, if we have a family, our kids, they can be light sleepers. They might wake up in the middle of the night, they hear a doorbell or, you know, someone knocking at the door. Whatever it is. Even conversations, if they hear you on the phone, like that gives me a chance to, okay, go downstairs or whatever in a different environment so we can go ahead and have this conversation. Or you call me in advance, I can come out of my house. We can sit in the car and talk about whatever it is. But again, you have to establish that relationship and you have to establish that amount of respect. Like I said, I don't have any friends till this day that will just pop up in my house or, well, take that back because T, she gonna know exactly who I'm talking about when I say that letter, okay? But for her, me and her, we've always had this relationship where I'll pop up at her house unannounced. She'll come. I pretty much popped up on her more announced than she popped up in my house. But that was just a relationship that we had, right? Mm-hmm. But now as adults, we know for a fact we have to call before. You know what I'm saying? She's a married woman. She has kids. I'm never just gonna pop up and be like, oh hey, you know, can I come in?
You make a very good point.
That's crazy as fuck.
You make a very good point though, because I was just gonna say before you dove into that was as you get older, your friend expectations and your friend boundaries do change.
Exactly. Back in the day, me and T didn't have no kids. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? It was just me and her. Yeah. It was literally me and her. That was it. You gotta have friends
that respect that shit.
Exactly.
I got kids now. I care about being around for my kids.
It's more of a safety aspect.
Pop up on me for and the shit that you ask me to do, nigga, take my entire life into consideration because that's what I do. I ain't call it if something happened to me outside, you feel me, where I had something transpire, I'm not calling my friend with his girl and his kids to say, hey, nigga, whoop, this happened.
Right.
We got to go handle this shit.
Right.
Because I'm not going to tell you to put your family at risk.
Yes, exactly.
Over some shit that happened to me in the streets.
Exactly.
When before, nigga, I am calling you and I expect you to do something because I literally don't care about my family, probably in retrospect, and you don't care about yours. Right. So this is what we finna go do. But as an adult, nigga, I love my kids. I love being around my kids. I care about the safety of my kids. Nigga, don't call me for stupid shit because I'm not coming. Don't show up at my house with no stupid shit because don't bring stupid shit to my house because I'm not doing stupid shit at my house. I have a fort to protect now.
Right.
So
that's why I say you have to learn. It's almost like you have to relearn your friends.
You got
because when you're young, you do.
Sometimes
when
you're
younger,
stop fucking with people.
Like I said, with me and she used to call me and be like, Joy, please come to the grocery store with me. We couldn't even go to the grocery store by ourselves. That's the type of relationship me and T had.
Why? Y'all finna fight somebody?
No, we just couldn't. And I'm still like that. I don't like going grocery shopping like by myself. That's just my anxiety. But
I think y'all talking about fighting somebody. Like pull up to the grocery store.
She did. That's how she is. Like T is. She was crazy as hell. Like she would like. It did not matter. If she called me and I said I wouldn't do nothing, that bitch is on her way to get me. She's on her way, or I'll be on my way to her. Whatever it was. It didn't matter. That's just the type of relationship that we had.
That's one of them things where it's like y'all got time and y'all spend time with each other. But
exactly. We ain't had nothing but time to be ratchet and just all over the place.
Eventually the time changes because you have to spend time with other people.
You do. Like I said, you have to relearn. Like you go into different aspects of life. Like you're married. Okay, you doing this now. You in school. I got to respect that. You know what I'm saying? You basically, and you have to be mature enough to identify and understand. Because if you don't have an understanding friend, that's just, what's the word for it? I can't think of it, but basically they don't give a fuck. It's almost like narcissist vibes. It's almost like, well, I don't give a fuck that you're doing that. I don't give a fuck that you're doing this, but you still need to be here for me. When I call, you better answer. Huh?
That's them.
Nigga, what? Yeah, I'm sorry. Sure. Not gonna happen.
When that shit transpires with me, it's like, nigga, I have a fort to protect.
Yeah, exactly.
And you should have a fort. You should have a fort to protect too, whether or not you have kids or a girl or not.
Even if it's yourself alone in that fort. Okay?
That's the thing. When you get older, you really do have to realign the people that you fuck with.
Yes.
You got to realign the people that you spend your time with. You got to realign the people that you allocate time to, the people that you let into your comfort zone. You got to you got to realign all that shit.
Right.
Or otherwise, you're going to put yourself at risk and you'll put the people that you love around you at risk.
Very much.
Depending on what you do, even if it's just minor things though, their mental health, all that shit,
it's your
all
peace.
That shit matters.
It's your peace. It's your own personal peace, and also the peace of your environment. Yes. You know, if your kids are used to seeing people just coming over all the time, and you know they seeing arguments and this fight and all this type of crazy stuff, and they're gonna be like,
I can see if this community, like
I'm used to it.
My dad's friends come over all the time, and these are like my uncles, and they are positive role models, and they come over with positive things, or they are in positive relationships, or whatever. Then yes, that is something that I would want to keep around because community is important.
Yeah,
but if it's just niggas always coming over with some bullshit, somebody always got some problems and shit like that, want to drag you into their problems, that type of shit, it's like. Them days is over.
And if I feel like you come and talk to me personally in person about some shit you could have called me about, I'm gonna beat your ass.
I'm gonna beat your mother.
That's like
if you come to me with
that's
some
like
shit,
calling me.
If you call me about some shit, if you come see me
and it was textable.
No, if you call me about some shit that was textable, you owe me a Caesar salad.
Oh, this foot gonna be real flexible in your ass.
You owe me a Caesar salad.
You owe me a Caesar salad, bitch, with crouton and chicken.
Oh God. Stop playing, Joe. You owe me that. That's the least you can do.
That's the least you could do. Cause goddamn.
So what do you think about, regardless of, okay, let's do both things, because I think
I feel like I kind of gave my perspective on friends of opposite sex, right? Like as long as you establish,
for sure
I feel like we definitely, I feel like we definitely have a mutual understanding of the opposite sex, having them as friends, stuff like that.
I haven't ran into that situation where a girl really had like a friend of the opposite sex, like they were friends, like how me and my friends are, like how they know my mama, how we've been around all this time, how they've been around. I've never had to deal with that, but I know it's possible.
You've never met any of my friends, huh?
But they're male friends?
Any of my friends, male or female.
But you ain't got no nigga who just keeps calling all the time, who around all the time, who you go out with, who knows your kid, or none of that shit. I'm saying I have never dealt with that situation with somebody from the opposite sex. As far as like me dealing with a female and she got a nigga that's that close.
Yeah.
Because they honestly can really just justify that with it's just a friend. And they can really justify that. And that's really all the justification that they need.
Yeah.
And it really depends on how secure you are with dealing with somebody who has a friend that close to the opposite sex.
Right.
I can honestly say, I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Call me insecure or whatever, we'll do. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if the nigga buff, if the nigga fat. It don't matter what the nigga look like.
Yeah.
I just don't feel comfortable with shit like that because I've watched too many movies.
No, I mean, that's fine. But I mean, you have to realize like, you don't want to be a hypocrite in the situation. So my thing is, I have male friends who I don't speak to all the time, but I know we grew up together, even in the church. And having church friends don't mean everything's all good and gravy.
That don't count as close. Like, who know your mama to where like
that's what I'm saying. But they know my family. They were at every family event. I mean, everything. We literally did everything together growing up, going camping together, having 4th of July parties together, whatever it was.
What age though was y'all?
From childhood. That's what I'm talking about.
Like, what age did y'all stop doing that at?
Probably like high school, maybe after high school.
After high school,
anything that required like actual adult supervision, and I mean, like, yeah, we needed our parents.
20s, though?
No, like I said, once we graduated high school, we went separate directions. So, say for instance, I have another friend that I grew up with. We went to church together. He was very close. I mean, he was closer to my brother than he was with me at one point.
When did y'all stop talking though?
We never stopped talking. That's what I'm saying. We're still cool to this day.
When did the relationship like not be so
close?
Yeah.
Did we not we weren't hanging out? He wasn't coming over the house anymore, hanging out with us. That probably stopped around the age of 16.
That's early. I'm talking about motherfuckers who be in their 20s.
That's okay.
Still have that close ass relationship where the shit don't stop. Like,
but my thing is, we still have a close relationship because I know for a fact if I were ever to come in contact with him, nothing ever changed. We are still friends for life. Yes, we are. We are, even though we went our separate paths in life and we don't talk.
I talk to my friend that I talk to all the time. Like how often I'm on the phone. How he knows all my family members, knows my kids.
Yes.
Been around.
You can still do that and not talk every day.
No, you can do that. I'm just saying of a friend that's that close of the opposite sex.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like, I have friends of the opposite sex that we were friends and we see each other and we talk to each other. If I see him, I'm going to say hi to him. They know my mama. I know they mamas and shit like that. But it's just not as close to where it could be something where your partner would feel uncomfortable, or it could pose that situation to where your partner would feel uncomfortable. Right. Whether it's
I wouldn't bring these people in like, oh, now we got to get close because I got a boyfriend. He want to get to know you. No, I'm going to keep the shit where it's at. I'm going to keep it where it's at. And I'm telling you.
What if it's so close to where you have to introduce your partner to this person?
That's fine. If you had someone, okay, your friend in particular who we're talking about, right? If that was a female, we're going to get into the topic of boundaries, okay? So my thing is, I respect the friendship, okay? I respect the friendship. I respect that you guys have known each other a long time. You know, she knows your mom, your family, all that type of stuff. I understand. So my thing is, you have to establish the relationship, the friendship of, okay, well, I got a girl, I'm in a relationship right now. I don't think it's appropriate for us to, have these conversations at certain such time, or, you coming over to the house, like we can't really do that. But say for instance, one of your kids has a birthday party and they have a kid and you want to invite them to the birthday party. By all means, go for it. You know what I mean?
You really do have to have a friend that's been a friend that long that respects that I may be in relationships and this shit that we do is not going to be acceptable.
Because if you if your friend is that close and they sit here and I'm telling you and they have the image of, oh, your girlfriend must have told you not to talk to me no more. Instantly, that's a big no. That's a red flag to me. Because bitch, why you worried about what the fuck that came out my mouth? Why my man can't speak for himself? Why he can't have his own feelings? Damn. Right? Because that's where it's geared towards. Because bitches always want to be on some jealousy type shit, but it's not even about that.
In the shoe of the person with the friend, but I haven't put myself in the shoe of the friend because, but I don't know.
Well, my thing is, I'm not about to have no male friend that's very, very close to me who I've grown up with, knows my family, know my kid. You're not about to call me in the middle of the night. You're not about to call me.
Because where's your girl at?
Not even that. Where your other friends? You can have other friends that you can talk to, but my thing is, I want my friends to understand the respectful nature of my relationship and me having what I have.
There's a lot of variables in there because if I'm a friend or if I have a friend of the opposite sex, and we've been close ass friends and shit like that, do you have a nigga? Does your nigga feel comfortable with me talking to you?
Right, because you don't want any, and that's very important. You don't want any conflict. You don't want to be looked at as like the other nigga
if you have
because she ain't introduced you as the friend, or put it out there that this is one of my very close friends.
Or if you have a friend of the opposite sex, you should make sure that that friend knows that there's a possibility that my friend could get into a relationship and the dynamics of our relationship could possibly change. And I feel like there's a respect factor as the friend in the relationship to where it's like, hey, to their partner, like, this is my friend.
Yeah.
This is how close we are. I want to make sure that you're comfortable. So there's certain things that we do that we're not going to do anymore.
Right.
While we're in a relationship, just to make sure that you're comfortable, but I'm going to make sure that I'm transparent with you. And you also have to have the friend of the friend in the relationship that understands that, there's boundaries that have to be set in a relationship.
So like I have a friend and every time she always says this. So me, whenever I'm like in a relationship, she knows Joy is not going to be available. She knows right off the bat. And even family members.
When you get into a relationship?
Yes, that's just that. Like even the other day when I was
on a nigga
no, not like that. Wow. But like the other day when I was on the phone with my cousin, she was like, "Oh, you were such and such," and I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll talk to you later." Why? Because she knows. Obviously,
why? Because y'all was on bullshit and y'all talking about shit you ain't had no business.
Because she understands that I value my time with my significant other.
I'm a significant other?
Because but she's the same way. She's the same way. She knows if I go to her house or I call her and she with her husband, I'm backing the fuck up. Go ahead, enjoy your time. Call me later. Call me later. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And I feel like you have to have people who have that same respectful mindset. Facts. Or your friendship is going to deteriorate.
Those are facts.
In the horrible manner.
Because I think friendship is also about understanding that lives change and that you just want to be in the life, but you don't have to be intruding in life.
You don't.
Same thing with a job. If you got a friend and y'all used to spending all the time together, and you have a job and now your time significantly changes. Your friend can't tell you to quit your job just so y'all can keep spending time together.
Exactly.
You have to be able to roll with the punches. And
that's why I said your availability is going to change. So therefore, you and your friend may have
or if you smoke all the time, if y'all get high all the time, and all of a sudden you get a job
that's got to change. It has to change.
Do that shit. Can we still be friends?
But if you're sitting, if that friend is going to sit there and, like I said, going back to you having a very close female friend, and she's jumping down your throat because you're not talking to her as much, it's going to give me possessive vibes. Right. It's giving me, you want my boyfriend all to yourself, even if it still is in a friend manner. But there's something that you have to be able to detach in order to have a healthy friendship going forward.
I think it does fall. You have to set those boundaries with your friend and let them know. And if a friend is not willing to accept those boundaries, like,
that's not your friend.
Do you value our friendship? Because I have girls that are friends, and if I don't talk to them all the time, but we could have talked all the time, but I know you're in a relationship. Shit, I'm in a relationship most of the time, but you have to respect those boundaries. And I don't want nobody feeling uncomfortable or making it feel like somebody got to choose between me and whoop. So I have girls that are associates that are really friends, and I value our friendship. And part of me valuing our friendship means that I have to respect your relationship. You got to respect my relationship, and the shit that we do, that we talk about it with you. Like, I'm not meeting girls or nothing like that or anything like that. But if it's just a situation to where me and a girl are friends, our friendship has to be strictly platonic. I have to respect your relationship and you have to respect mine.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's a very hard thing to kind of come about and stuff like that.
It is, because there's really some serious friend relationships between opposite sexes.
Yeah. I've had male friends come to me in my 20s and I'm just like, we ain't never been that close. We ain't never been that cool. Why are you talking to me about that? You know what I mean? So I got to kind of like reestablish a situation like, look, we've never been that cool. I don't even know what to say to you. You know, I'm glad you feel that I seem like I can be a safe spot because I like to consider myself a safe spot for people. But at the same time, I can't be here for you like you are aggressively trying to get me to be. You know what I mean?
And cute.
I know that, but no.
Oh, you know you cute?
But at that point, it's kind of like, okay, I did not know you as that friend. So what's the issue? Why are you being so pushy? Or what has changed?
I can honestly say, as far as girls go, I don't want no cute girl friend. Mm-hmm. I either want to try to go past friendship or you are a distant friend. I just don't feel like I can be in a close relationship with a girl with a girl that I find attractive without trying to go past that. And I just put that I put that headspace in to niggas, period.
That's fine. I mean, I have friends that I grew up with that are males and they are fine. But do I ever want to take it past there? No.
Oh, they fine?
They fine as hell. Oh, this one. No.
What you want to do with them?
No, absolutely nothing.
Oh, you want to do something with them?
Ass.
You want to do something with them?
No. Ew. I hate when you do that. Okay. Ew.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say I gotta go because I got shit to do. You know, we running into my time where I gotta go do important things. Well, nifty, thrifty calls, baby girl. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about reputation. We talked about the whole phase. We talked about friends with the opposite sex. Opposite sex. We talked about friends of the opposite sex. Mm-hmm. We've also tapped into friendship boundaries. Mm-hmm.
AKA, you bitches better not call my man in the middle of the night. Don't pop up at the house.
Because I got shit to do.
Don't pop up about the house because trust me, it's an ass whooping waiting.
That shit crazy. And it's crazy how you could be living your regular life and somebody call you that's not supposed to be calling you, that ain't got no business calling you, and it fuck up your whole shit.
The whole shit. Because if you ain't never heard it, the bitch ain't never contacted you before you got with me.
Why this bitch calling you?
Now all of a sudden that you in a relationship. Because I got questions. You might have questions, but I got questions too. And I need answers.
For sure. You should have questions for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of
How Did I Get Stuck With You?
Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you tell your grandma at church to tell her motherfucking pastors and
how
deacons.
How you gonna say motherfucking in the same sentence?
Should I know how to do that?
Yeah, you just got yourself a one-way ticket to hell.
Damn, make sure you tell somebody about this podcast because we talking about real shit.
Yes, indeed.
And we talking about real shit that is from the male perspective and the female perspective. You feel me? If y'all got any type of topic suggestions that y'all wanted us to, you feel me, dive into, let us know because we are definitely doing that.
We'll talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. And make sure that you guys go check out all the social medias. Make sure that you also watch The Joyful Eats.
Joyful Eats. Yes. Stay tuned. We are going down south in a few weeks.
South.
And
the dirty South.
Actually, yeah.
The dirty South. You know what that's from, babe?
You do that shit down there, they're going to shoot you.
You know what that's from?
No.
You don't know what that's? The dirty South.
Should I know what that is?
She made me go down to the dirty South.
No.
On Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh my God. You were saying it wrong. You said it in a weird way.
How'd I say it?
I don't know. Not how they said
How
it.
I was supposed to go.
I'm not doing it.
That's how I did it right. The dirty South.
No, I think he says down south.
No, he said
I like to go down south, not the dirty south.
He said I like to go down south, the dirty South. Maybe he didn't say dirty South.
Yeah, no. I don't know what
it felt right.
It didn't look right.
Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
This is my baby. She's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Tune in to next week because we got some more shit coming for y'all.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
What are we going to talk about? Marine biology?
No.
You never know. Thank y'all for tuning in. Good night. Have a good night. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Whatever
if you're in China.
Bye.
Goodbye. That was cool. We did our thing on that one.